So let's go over the starting lineups really quickly. It's Jack Eichel, Chandler, Stephenson, Mark Stone, Brayden McNabb, and Shea Theodore with William Karlsson, Jonathan Marchessault, Reilly Smith, Alec Martinez, and Zach Whitecloud. It's Nick Wall, Paul Cotter, and Phil Kessel with Jake Lecision, William Carrier, and Keegan Kolsar. And Nicolas will be back on defense there with Logan Thompson. For the Boston Bruins, it's Patrice, Bergeron, Brad Marchand, Jake DeBrusk with Hampus, Lindholm, Charlie McAvoy, David Krejci, Pavel Zacha, David Pastrnak with Matt Grizzlick and Brandon Carlo, Charlie Coyle, Taylor Hall, Trent Frederick, and then it will be Derek Forbert and Connor Clifton on D with Tomas Nosek, Nick Foligno, and AJ Greer. That's what I got right now. Linus Jeremy Swayman will be in net with Logan Thompson as opposed. The Vegas Golden Knights are 18-7-1. Bruce Cassidy's going up against his former squad. The Boston Bruins are 20-3 on the season. So this should be a good one on all accounts. I'm glad to be back here with you as we have a little bit of a neutral zone draw as we had an immediate stoppage. So that gave me just enough time to get all these lines in there and get underway. So I'm more than excited to bring this contest to you. I hope everyone else is going to enjoy on the Twitter Spaces and the YouTube side. And we'll figure this out and get right into it and see what happens. So Vegas is going to be attacking right to left. They have the white tops with the black pants, and the Boston Bruins have that middle black Boston B logo that's brazen the original 6 with the yellow on the top. This goes all the way back now to Logan Thompson. This gives an opportunity for Vegas to be able to break out. So it's been a little while since I've been on the YouTube side. I apologize, everybody. I had that assignment there with the Waterford Sharks and the Gaylord Snow. That's not going to be for another about week and a half now. So we'll get some normal YouTube time here throughout this week with the exception of tomorrow. So Marchand has this get knocked away from him. Picked up now by Shea Theodore, but it's pretty dangerous out in front of Logan Thompson. But all the Vegas Golden Knights were able to get to it. Chandler Stephenson to an open left wing. The pass across could not be settled down and picked up as Jack Eichel will get this one across. This goes down to Brayden McNabb as this gets picked up here by Paul Cotter. Cotter gets canceled off the puck there by Carlo, but the hit wasn't hard enough as Jonathan Marchessault will rattle this around the kick plate. Nice pass there, sets up Cotter, scores! Vegas on the first shot of the game. They take the lead against the Boston Bruins. Now this is really a note to remember here because for Boston, they are a perfect 14-0-0 at TD Garden right now. They're going for 15 straight wins. Boston is 20-3, and again, that win streak has also been extended through last season. So I'm just talking about this season, but Cotter was set up right near the left face-off dot. He gets the stick and the shot off immediately as he beautifully raises it above the shoulder of Jeremy Swayman toward the right side of the bar. That is a perfect shot and a perfect pass from a location. And if you're telling me that's only his third goal of the season with a shot like that, getting those spots, maybe you score a little bit more. Vegas 14-3 when scoring first this season, so that tells you maybe something has got to give. I have the AT&T Sportsnet feed for the Vegas side because when it comes to Jack Edwards the other way, guys, I just can't do it. So we're going to go back toward the Vegas side, even though they have some issues sometimes on their broadcast, but we will deal with it here today because I'm just happy to bring this matchup because this is two really good teams on opposite opposing conferences. First in the Atlantic, first in the Pacific between the East and West. So Krejci will pick this up now. Vegas coming off of a 4-1 win against the Detroit Red Wings on Saturday. That was their last game. And Boston, how about their last 3 wins? It's Carolina, it's Tampa. They have some big-time teams that they just beat, and I had the rest of the notes in front of me between Carolina and Tampa, and they're only 1 point away from New Jersey and Colorado they also beat within the last 3. So Cotter from Karlsson and Theodore, 17-15 left to go as Michael Amadio is a healthy scratch alongside with Alex Pietrangelo. He's still out there for personal reasons, according to Bruce Cassidy. This is a good setup pass for Nosek as the shot gets blockered aside by Logan Thompson with the right pad. Foligno trying to get in there and break it up. But Vegas will turn this over to the neutral zone and escape offside. Get a momentary stoppage at 16:58. 1-0 Vegas has the lead courtesy of Paul Cotter. Jim Montgomery, his third season as head coach, 80-46 and 10, 625 percentage. And no doubt that's been heavily lengthened there in a positive because of Boston. It's the Stars and the Bruins, the two teams that he's coached. Bruce Cassidy on the other side is no slouch. And as soon as Boston made him available, Vegas made no mistake to go ahead and pick him up. And that was the right decision to make because this is a team in Vegas that missed the playoffs for the first time in franchise history last year out of their 5 seasons. And they want to get right back to it. And who else is to say that Vegas wouldn't be one of those top teams again in the Pacific as long as they stayed healthy and had some good coaching? That's what they've had right now. Although they've lost a few games of late, 3 of the last 5, but we'll see what happens right now as they get a big lead. What a setup there toward the left out as Nosek got denied on the one-timer by Thompson with the left pad. And Vegas gets this one down. So Logan Thompson has had a couple of tough saves that he's had to make as this goes back in through the red line. It's 6-3 when the Boston Bruins have allowed the first goal. I appreciate anyone else that comes in between Twitter Spaces and the YouTube side. So Boston's record's still pretty good, even up when they give up the first. But this is foreign territory to them, just like when it is. But 14-0 in TD Garden, that makes a lot of sense. You don't really lose too many games, even when you're behind. So Theodore will try to get this one down. Chandler Stephenson will intercept, picked up now by Stone. Cotter will get it now, and the pass back gets intercepted. And this gets picked up by Patrice Bergeron. Jake DeBrusk gets canceled off there by Brayden McNabb. And this falls back to Shea Theodore. He's got this now near the left side red line. So the Vegas side will do some Twitter stuff as this goes on. As Cotter had another shot right on goal. So he was hungry after scoring one. He got another good wrist shot. As some of the Vegas fans are loving that. So if I see anything on Twitter that has any relay during our broadcast, I'll go ahead and make that note of it since AT&T Sportsnet's going to show it on the Vegas side. So Logan Thompson, the first shot was right in the slot there, and that was stopped off the stick hand. And then Cotter with a breakout pass, he was the recipient, and that was a long bomb wrist shot then. It was a stop from Jeremy Swayman. 15:26 left to go in the first. It'd be nice if Vegas shows some shots on goal, but they also don't do that on the Boston side sometimes. As this gets knocked away from Alec Martinez, he's just going to play this toward open offensive right wing. He played that toward the right side blue line. So Vegas have outscored opponents 6-0 in the first period of the current road trip. So that tells you everything you need to know right now as we've hit about the 15-minute marker of the first period. John here with you, commenting from TD Garden, Boston on ESPN Plus. It's the Vegas Golden Knights. And Jonathan Marchessault scores! He gets a second rebound. It was all over at the first. It was stopped by Swayman. And the second opportunity, it's a 2-0 lead for the Golden Knights. That's an awesome effort there by Jonathan Marchessault. He gets his own rebound. There was no Bruin in sight. It's a turnover. It's a lazy pass on the other end. And nobody could get back as Jonathan Marchessault makes no mistake. The first one expertly stopped by Swayman. Marchessault went toward the red line. He waited for Swayman to bite. He couldn't make the second save as he was sprawled down. It's a 2-0 lead for the Vegas Golden Knights on Jonathan Marchessault's 10th. So 14:45 left to go in the first period. John here with you. It's a 2-0 lead for Vegas as Boston has it now. Greer trying to center it out toward the right side of the blue paint, and it gets knocked away. So Boston's now down by 2. Picked up Connor Clifton off the backhand. That goes right in the catching glove of Thompson as we get a little extracurricular there with Foligno, but players are just going to buzz away there. 14:32 left to go in the first. Vegas up by a pair. So Jonathan Marchessault, 4 goals, 5 assists, 9 points at home, 6-5 and 11 on the road. So that is where you like it. And what's going on, owner? How are you doing there, buddy? This is a good contest on the YouTube side. Hopefully you'll be able to stick around with this between Vegas and Boston, as I'm happy to be back on the YouTube side and be back with all of you guys here. It's been a little while. So once we get an actual stoppage, I will go ahead and get our goals typed in. It's 4-2 in favor of Vegas. They have 2 goals. So we're going to move somebody out of the draw. Right now, it's still a decision. He's going to take this one against Foligno. So Decision wins it clean there for Vegas as this goes back to Shea Theodore. And picked up now by Cotter. Cotter gets it knocked away toward the right side red line. As this might be something here for Boston, as one of the D and Brayden McNabb was just trying to hold to the outside. He's just trying to stop a cross pass. What an inside save there off a shot from Bergeron. He was looking for that left pad, and what a great stop there by Thompson. He really couldn't even see it. And this gets picked up now by Matt Grizzly toward the right side red line. Boston going to attempt to go left to right. They got to get something going right now. They're down 2-0. Although it's early in the contest, 13:50 in the first, this is not a situation for Boston against a strong Vegas team. No doubt about that. This is not an ordinary team that they're going to have to go up against. They can easily come back and just punch right in the face. Good pass there, Taylor Hall. He gets knocked down. Trent Frederick will pick it up. As this goes back in behind the cage, no penalty call, but Shea Theodore just arbitrarily turns it over. As Boston still trying to work in behind the net, Trent Frederick keeping this alive on the forehand nicely as he still continues to spin. Nice setup out front, but a good active stick handle from Vegas just brushes that one away. Charlie McAvoy going to have to start again. Charlie Coyle looking for a sly rebound opportunity there, but that was gloved down by Vegas and sent down the ice, but it's icing, so Vegas forwards cannot change. 13:07 left to go in the first. Vegas up by a pair. Vegas has earned 23 of a possible 28 points on the road this season. And if you want to talk about resiliency and strength and a reason why you're leading in the Pacific, that tells you everything you need to know. You get 2 points in a win in the NHL. And to only give up 5 at this point in the season, when most teams have played about 25 games, as we got about a quarter of our season, a little over that, done, that is incredible numbers. And also outscoring opponents 7-0 in the road trip. That was just updated live because it just said 6. Now it's 7 in the first period. So good starts here for Vegas, but again, they got to finish it. So Whitecloud will get this puck up the boards as Marchessault. Mark Stone. Now it's Cotter from Stephenson. Oh, he hit the right bar. And that one just went back in behind the cage. Picked up now by Hampus Lindholm. As this gets knocked away. And now this goes back to David Pastrnak. As this gets set back up on the defense now for Boston. Matt Grizzly with a stretch pass and off the backhand. That was easily picked off there by Vegas, and Boston does not look ready to play this game at the beginning of it right now. Again, there is tons of time and things can change. David Pastrnak is that man if he's going to be able to change it. As he has it toward the right wing side. What a sauce pass. Wide open off the bar of the left side for Boston. And a big time hit was missed by the Bruins. One of them is going to feel pain. I think that was Pastrnak that went in for a finish kill, and he just got smoked by himself. Reilly Smith, back pass. He was looking for Kessel, and that one got knocked away. It's a 4-on-3 here for Boston. Open on the right wing side is Nosek looking for a cross pass, and that just got brushed away. Hampus Lindholm, as this gets deflected, but Nosek couldn't put it on net. And Vegas will get this one down off the backhand. Connor Clifton will collect for the hybrid icing as it's not waved off. And again, Vegas will be a little bit gassed. They just had to give up an icing about 30 seconds ago after a pair of posts on both sides, as this game has been very active with the goal scoring and just a great setup on both sides off a cross pass. One hit the right bar for Boston, one hit the left bar for Vegas. 11:46 left to go in the first. Boston will get this now toward the offensive zone draw as Hampus Lindholm just trying to make something happen there with Grizzly. And now this is behind the right side red line. Set up back by the defense now between Brandon and Carlo. This is fought off the arm of Logan Thompson. And Vegas can't get it out. Backhand, Bergeron sets it up. Beautiful movement, but Carlo couldn't locate it. And now this goes safely behind the cage as Carrier will have to try to make a move in behind the office. As this goes back now, another huge hit as William Karlsson continues to get worked. And this goes back down the ice. And when this gets touched by Boston, that's just a penalty upcoming. Couple frustration. Don't know if that was a cross check or a trip or something behind there. But Paul Cotter and Jonathan Marchessault, your goal scorers. Vegas got a 2-0 lead with 11:07 in the first.
the tools to make holiday magic, especially when it comes to getting the perfect gift. For all those project doing, technology loving, holiday hosting, tool organizing, wood shop working people in your life, and gifts for everyone else in between. Only at the Home Depot, how doers get more done.
It's Saturday prime time. Celtic News on ABC.
UFC 282. Find on ESPNplus.com/PPV.
You have to worry about the cost of things. Next door now, you all have some things and questions.
This not a good day with you guys.
And emotional return for Bruce Cassidy in Washington tonight. A lot of winning with his team over his 5+ seasons. You can see his reaction behind the Vegas bench.
Well, certainly it was a connection. It's never hard. As long as fitness was home for him and his.
All right, so I got the goals typed in. We'll get the rest of it for the box part of it, but we're going to get back into the official action here. It's a Vegas offensive zone draw. It's a 2-0 lead here for the Golden Knights. They're going to try to just get this one out of the way quickly here. That would be a big-time precedent as Boston is 14-0 at TD Garden. They have yet to lose, as this is picked up now by Bergeron. They have a shorthanded opportunity as Brandon Carlo, the sauce pass, goes a little bit too far toward the right side red line. Picked up now by Charlie Coyle, as Boston just wants to kill some time as Vegas has the man advantage with a 2-0 lead. And now Vegas will try to break out right to left. Here's a chance for Theodore off the back pass. Now Marchessault. But that was a good active stick check by Carlo. And that had to be done quickly. And he was heads up to be able to make it. So 23% for Vegas on the power play. 16th. Boston's penalty kill at 84%. That is second in the NHL right now, as this is picked up by Vegas. And when we get another stoppage, I'll accidentally turn off my PS5 as I have my foot at the controller. As this goes now between the left side of the red line. Picked up now. Coyle will get this one down the ice as Boston's penalty kill has been working out here pretty well. Now this is Reilly Smith. Reilly Smith dropping it to Karlsson, giving it back to Smith now. Smith then behind the office of Swayman. He's going to leave it here for Karlsson. I love the puck movement that I'm seeing here from Vegas as this gets moved around. Now, one-on-one side goes back to the defense there, and Karlsson will pick it back up off the wrist shot as this goes back from Theodore. Now Reilly Smith has it. Smith, he gets a pass right out in front to the right dot, trying to set up Nicolas. And now this goes back to Theodore. Still being held. Picked up now in the high slot as this is still moved around. Haig gets it. Picks it up now for Reilly Smith, looking for the deflection. Good puck movement there by Vegas, though, but they can't get anything to happen on their first power play. But didn't concede anything, and that's exactly what you have to make sure you do, as Boston's not used to this. Again, I'll be saying that a few times throughout this broadcast. 8:55 left to go in the first. Gets dumped down the ice beautifully and picked up now behind the office as this goes back to Cotter. Cotter will now lose it as Boston's going to attempt to go left to right. What a stick handle in motion. And a pass for Pastrnak goes just wide. And now Keegan Kolesar tries to get to it to try to help out Cotter. This gets stolen there by Pasta. Pasta will play this to an open right part of the crease, and this gets deflected up in the air. 8:28 left to go in the first period. John out here with you. It's a 2-0 lead for Vegas, and when we come right back, we'll call more of the action in a moment.
Rated E for everyone.
Alright.
We have the tools to make holiday.
Shut off the PlayStation and turn it on X and I get a PlayStation commercial. How does that work? Oh, alright. Hope you guys are enjoying the game so far as we sit in the middle of a commercial break. Says Joe Rogan says, thank you for covering the game, man. I bet Vegas in regulation playing 3-1. I was hoping someone was covering the game. You're the man. I can't wait to get this game on TV. NHL wants more money. Yeah, I understand how that one goes. In between AT&T Sportsnet, that's the way that it is sometimes. And then also, if you're following along on the Nesson feed with Jack Edwards, that one can get a little rough. I'm not saying I'm the best at anything, but at least I'll try to give you some fair and balanced analysis on both sides. So hopefully you enjoy some of the play-by-play. I apologize that I can't show you the game, otherwise I'd be kicked out on that side for the YouTube part of it. So I hope you're having a good day, and you're in good shape right now, as this is a big-time opportunity here for Vegas. See, the thing that I did was ESPN Plus because it was only $100 a year. So that's the way I ended up doing it, because at least for that, I have to cover all these hockey games. For the most part, I like doing it. I'd have to have it. I don't get NFL and soccer and all that either. So mix and match. As this is picked up now by Vegas, this is now toward the left side faceoff dot. You said I had more sports back in the day when you had the wire cables. Yeah, I understand that. And that stuff is a lot more expensive than it is when you're cutting the cord. So I totally get what you mean. Picked up now by Stone, as this goes now in behind the office. And Connor Clifton's going to have to get this out quickly. Boston's going to have to try to make something happen as they go across the Brazen B. And Vegas will hit this off the kick plate. And this goes back to the neutral zone. Hampus Lindholm. Again, going into this contest, Hampus Lindholm has got to be one of the best plus-minus defensemen that I've seen. Doing these notes in the pregame, he's a plus 21 as the shot goes right in the breadbasket of Logan Thompson. It's held. 7:37 left to go in the first. So for the quick reset for everyone that does join in or happens to listen a little bit late on the Hopeless Sports Guy podcast, again, on this side, it's none of the extra stuff. It's just the calls. So this is going to be, I'm going to pull my ESPN box score here. Paul Cotter at the 136 mark for William Karlsson and Shea Theodore. And at the 504 marker is Jonathan Marchessault with his 10th. He got an easy steal, and he scored off the secondary rebound at 504. And that's why Vegas has a 2-0 lead. William Karlsson against David Krejci. David Krejci has been really good since his return from last year, since spending time overseas. And I remember on the ColorCast days, before all that stuff turned into a betting site, I'm doing everything on Twitter Spaces and YouTube. In the sense of Boston fan podcast, he's like, man, this team's going to suck. All they are is just bringing back all the band together. They're 20-3, and they have over 110 points last year. So I don't know how you'd think they completely suck. David Krejci will drop this one back here for Pasta as Krejci looking for a deflection, and that one got deflected high as Marchessault finds Karlsson now. Step through here is Haig. Nice work. Nicolas Haig gets a secondary rebound. Picks it back up now near the right side red line. We didn't have any help, though, as the rebound was just eluding his stick. It bounced everywhere. And picked up now as Haig will come all the way back to go ahead and play this one through the neutral zone as it gets dumped down. And now Michael Amadio, they said that he was going to be a scratch. We'll see what ends up happening because I heard his name being called. We'll see if I can actually find that. Jonathan Marchessault sees it go all the way back. This gets touched up by Alec Martinez, and we get a hybrid icing against the Bruins. With 6:51 left to go in the first. So best versus the best. Best in the West, best in the East. Vegas has played this matchup 3 times in team history. They lost to Tampa Bay 4-3. They beat Tampa in Tampa 4-1. And then they also played Tampa in 2017 4-3. So a lot of Tampa Bay Lightning, but now it's a chance for the Boston Bruins. And Tampa has been good at this for a while. They went to 3 straight Stanley Cups under Cooper Hopkins, and I called that one in the sense of the Colorado Avalanche undoing a dynasty. And we're really looking forward to more playoffs and more coverage together with us. It could be as early as Wednesday between Calgary and Minnesota. But I know for Saturday for a fact, we are going to be covering the Maple Leafs and the Flames on Hockey Night Canada on Saturday at 7 Eastern. So we at least will get one game together, but possibly two on the Wednesday side. It's going to be an off day for me tomorrow as I got to spend some time with the missus, so I won't be able to cover Red Wings Lightning. But I'll be here for most of these other days. As this gets picked up now by Vegas, here's an opportunity as it's going to get pulled up here by Kessel. He thought about the cross pass, but he kind of ran out of speed. And now this goes back with Alec Martinez with a long slap shot as Stone tries to go in corral with Nicolas. And this goes back down the ice. Zach Whitecloud will get on his horse. He's out there with Alec Martinez for Bruce Cassidy's squad. Again, Bruce Cassidy, not too long ago, he was the coach of the Boston Bruins as an offside entry there against Keegan Kolesar. 5:59 left to go in the first. We get a stoppage. 2-0 Vegas.
What proof do you need? Do you need time to pass? Banners?
You made a little money off the Red Wings game last night, so
To know that these guys.
I want to go back to your beginning of it. I think as a Canadian, I should get one free hockey game of the day. I absolutely agree with you on that stuff, Joe. They need to make that happening. So who am I cheering for tonight? Well, again, I'll go ahead and I'll just say it because you're nice enough to be here and talk with me. I would normally – I'll tell you this. The way Vegas ended up starting, I like the way that they started over the first 3 years. I kind of thought that they were one of the darling teams, although I understand in between the commissioner and having things end up being handed to them, people being upset. But I like the way they started it. And then they kind of fell into that life of sin, right? They got hungry after that first Stanley Cup final, and they just kind of just threw all their chips in the table to use all the gambling puns. And I kind of got away from Vegas here. But in between the Boston Bruins, they got to get beaten sometime. So I'm going to go with Vegas tonight. I want to see them get the win. That's how I'm going to phrase it. And the Red Wings, I will say this because you're listening to the local broadcaster here from Michigan. They needed to get that win over the Columbus Blue Jackets. I know they're feeling pretty good over in Michigan here with the win over Ohio State and a win in Purdue to make the Big Ten to win the Big Ten championship and go into the playoff. But Red Wings needed to beat Columbus because over the last few stretch of games, with a loss to Toronto, a loss to Vegas, you're playing Tampa Tuesday, you're playing Florida Thursday, then Carolina. One of those situations where you're playing some great teams and you have to be able to find a way to get some points. You say, I hated Vegas last year. I loved it when they missed the playoffs, but I like them tonight. Yeah, that's how it is when you got money on them. I don't mind it on that side. I totally get that. And I agree with you. I think a lot of teams ended up hating Vegas, and I kind of did too. And you know how I feel about it now? The way that I used to like Vegas, I feel that way about Seattle. I love the way that they're playing, and they didn't throw all their chips on the table. They sucked in the first year. Look at what they're doing now. It's an incredible story in the Pacific. Back in the official action now, it's 9 hits to 8 in favor of Boston, but they're not going to care about that. They're losing 2-0 on the score chyron as this gets picked up now by Paul Cotter. Cotter will try to get this down toward the right wing side as he's still with it, trying to use that body and give it back to the defensive side. Nicolas Hague will fire this right on as Swayman blockers it right aside. And this Vegas puck movement has been instantaneous throughout this contest. As this goes now back to Cotter, and this gets picked up here by Vegas as William Carrier trying to fire short side, and Vegas might have something. It's a 2-on-1 developing. Now a 3-on-2, a trailer for Nosek, and you should have shot that one instead of looking for that cross pass. And this gets picked up here by Nick Foligno and then casually turned over. So Boston fans are booing a little bit on that side of it because they definitely thought he should have shot. And as they get set up, this is Vegas has lost me so many bets last year. I knew they were overrated, but this year, I don't know yet. And I think Vegas, they've lost a few. They've lost 3 of their last 5, but this definitely seems to be a much better team. And hell, I mean, they needed to make that move with Jack Eichel, right? And it's paid off. He's been their best plus-minus player, period. There's nothing else you can say. So this gets blasted toward the right side of the dot, picked up here by Shea Theodore. And now it's Cotter. Cotter going to race toward the left wing side as he gets canceled off. And now Vegas will get back and recollect to this as this goes back to the captain, Mark Stone. He was the first captain of Vegas history, McNabb. We'll get this one on top. Theodore His shot goes just wide toward the left side of the post, but good active stick check there by Stone to be able to create some problems. There's Jonathan Marchessault. Maybe he got a stick underneath. We'll see if this ends up being called. I see an icing. I don't see a penalty against Theodore, as one of the gloved hands got knocked off of one of the Bs, and they got taken down. So this is still a 2-0 lead for the Vegas Golden Knights. I appreciate anyone else that's been following along on the YouTube side. It's been active and busy thanks to the Joe Rogan comments. Let me know how you guys feel about the comments and how you feel about that question on the top. Please vote in that. Right now, it's a 2-0 lead for Vegas. 4:06 left to go in the first period. Jonathan Marchessault going to take this draw against David Krejci in the offensive zone. Marchessault does win it clean against Krejci. That's a little bit of a surprise. And this goes down toward the left side as that was whistled just wide of the left post. They're going for a high shot. And Zach Whitecloud will recollect in his own end. Get this across the neutral zone. And now here's a chance for Reilly Smith. Try to toe drag. And this gets just knocked away with the goal stick of Jeremy Swayman. Boston needs to be able to go left to right. They haven't had a chance to do that. It's with Pasta now. He's going to dump it off to Krejci. Gives it back to Pasta. Try to keep it alive off the backhand. Nicely for Marchand. Shot for McAvoy. And this gets canceled off. Picked up now by Charlie McAvoy as he gets this one down, but he didn't have enough help as Vegas can go ahead and recollect in their own end. So it's Alec Martinez with Nicolas Hague as they get that one down the ice. Picked up now by Vegas as they're getting worked out toward the right side of the red line as Hampus Lindholm tries to recollect the former Anaheim Duck that was picked up off the last year's trade deadline and then signed to a big extension on a 7-year deal. Taylor Hall turns it over, and Lindholm will come back to provide some extra help as this goes now to Theodore. Theodore with the pass finds Nicolas Waugh, and Waugh will get this dumped in deep with the backhand as this is recollected here by the Bees. But again, Brandon Carlo being wrestled toward the left side of the red line, and Boston just can't get out of their own end as Phil Kessel takes the puck away from Taylor Hall. And they throw back to the defensive pairing. So Bruce Cassidy has really got to love this effort against his former team right now because Vegas, they're playing well with this 2-0 lead, and they're playing sound defense. And when they get their opportunities to go forward, they're pressing, and they're doing it. Connor Clifton will pick this one up nicely as he settles it down off the skate. He's looking for a deflection. And this is picked up now by Theodore. Theodore going to go ahead and try with precision to make something happen, but he gets knocked away from the puck there by a host of Boston Bruins defenders as Trent Frederick able to pry it loose here for Brad Marchand. It's a 2-on-3. Vegas has the 3. Marchand trying to win that battle against McNabb. You got to watch out for the slew footing there for Brad Marchand. He can definitely knock you down. Pastrnak could have shot it. He set one up. It goes just wide there for Charlie McAvoy. I thought he could have ranged that post, or maybe even could have shot it there for Pastrnak to score. But this gets last up and touched by Boston. They're going to get an offensive zone draw. Curious decision-making for me from Boston over the last couple times. They could have really tested Logan Thompson. And again, if I'm David Pastrnak and I'm in the slot, I don't think there's any hesitation. I'm going to fire that one every single time, whether or not the goaltender beats me or not. But it was a pass, and I think it gave Logan Thompson enough time to be able to recover. So a minute 47 left to go in the first period. John Hunter with you on the call. I'm watching the AT&T Sportsnet feed on ESPN+. It's Vegas and it's Boston. It's 18-7-1 record, first in the Pacific for the Golden Knights versus the 20-3 Boston Bruins. Although the New Jersey Devils still have one more point than they do for the best record in the East. But if Boston does win this game, then we'll go back to having the best record. As this gets knocked away from Whitecloud. Stone. This pass goes a little bit too far, and Alec Martinez and Whitecloud will touch up now as this goes around the office there of Jeremy Swayman. Stone trying to get back on his horse as this gets picked up here by Matt Grzelcyk. Lost it in between his skates, but he had enough time to collect as Charlie McAvoy was his defensive partner. He watched the outstretched pass go by. Picked up here by Stone. He's going to let this one go there for Cotter, and that one went just wide. It says Paul Cotter is everywhere for one of the Vegas fans, and it certainly feels like it right now. He's hungry to score more. He's been all over the ice. So Whitecloud, Stone gets it knocked away as this goes back down to Pasta as we've hit a minute remaining left in the first. Off the forehand side, it just gets knocked away from Martinez off the bounce and picked up here by Vegas. Trying to set in through the embrazen B as this goes down between Nicolas Waugh. He's going to get slammed to the left side boards And this gets turned over off an active forecheck. Well, Alex Pietrangelo tonight on defense. Well, Vegas will be missing. So William Karlsson plays it here for Theodore. McNabb going to hold near the right dot. Toe drag off the power move in the backhand. As this gets knocked up in the air, Swayman doesn't know where it is. And now he falls on it. What a move there by the defenseman of the Vegas Golden Knights. He was just able to power right through. And that was a golden opportunity, and that is pun intended there for Vegas, off the backhand for Brayden McNabb. It got gloved down by Charlie Coyle, and as it got gloved down by Charlie Coyle in the air, he almost knocked it in the net of Jeremy Swayman. So that was a very close call there for the Bruins. It could have been a 3-0 lead for Vegas, as they've really dominated this first period. There really isn't any other word that I can use. So another offensive zone draw upcoming here for Vegas, as William Karlsson will go to the off wing instead of taking the draw. And here's one last opportunity as Brad Marchand canceled off the puck. Shea Theodore still working over his man as this gets picked up by Marchand and behind the office. He's dangerous as he able to get through a couple of stick checks, and McNabb will knock him down, centered out front. This goes to Vegas, and Boston will run out of time in the first period. And Vegas during the road trip outscoring opponents 7-0 in the first. That still stands true. They got a 2-0 lead after one. We come right back. We'll call second period action in a moment, and we'll take you around the league.
It's a great period for Paul Connors and the 2-0 lead here after 20, but lots of hockey left. And the Golden Knights trying to deal the Bruins their first home loss of the season. Coming up next, it's a Dollar Loan Center.
So Joe Rogan also says Abs are way overrated. They're our dead favorite to win the Cup, even though they're sitting in wild card territory. Going to be a good year for betting. I didn't realize Taylor Hall is in Boston. I'm from Edmonton, but don't pay attention. And then come on, Knights. So, Joe, I'm not going to disparage any comments that you want to throw on there, because I understand from the Detroit side, from you, and you're talking about the Colorado Avalanche, that's a former blood rival of mine when both those teams were in the Western Conference. I will say this for Colorado. They've had a couple games that they were supposed to play that have been rescheduled because there was a water main break in Nashville at Bridgestone Arena. So the reason why they're sitting in the wild card spot right now is just because they have games in hand. They have a few less games played than everyone else. They did not have a great start, and Tampa did not have a great start either. Although I think that might have something to do with a little bit of Stanley Cup hangover. Yes, that's gone now, the quarter over the season gone. But I do think Colorado will be there at the end, and I don't know how overrated I want to say that they are. I think Colorado is probably, if you're doing a power rankings, within the 6 to 8 range at worst, and I think they're going to be there. That's just me, so we can agree to disagree on that one, but I appreciate all the thoughts and commentary, because everything else, I think you're spot on with all of it. Colorado, I'd be scared. I'd say that they're a little overrated. I just hope any unlikely long shot steals it. That's what I mean then, because I know how you feel then now. Because if you're like me and you're thinking about the Avs, look, I know my Red Wings aren't going to get in it this year. I'm hoping for a wild card spot at most, but I said they were going to be out of it by March. It's a much better team there, as Yzerman's starting to build. But yeah, I don't think anyone. Yes, I am. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I'm in Highland now, but I was born and raised in Detroit. So that's going to be my team. The Wing will be my team forever, regardless through all the struggles that have been. But thank God Ken Holland is gone and he's moved on from the Edmonton side, because Steve's going to come back and fix everything when he emptied all the cupboards. I also blame Mike Ilitch a little bit at the time. God rest his soul now. They won a lot of time over there, but yeah, I know the snow. I certainly do, although you guys get probably maybe a foot and a half at times, when we maybe get 8 to 10 at most. You can get about a foot of snow sometimes. But trying to get some building over here in Detroit. I know it's going to take some time. All of our pro sport teams are right now, but we'll see how that ends up going. That's been that way for a while, so I've been hungry for some actual competitive teams. Luckily, I love the college side of it, but that's really all I got right now. I'm going to go ahead and type these ones up real quick, and then we'll go around the league. because I do have to get the story, hopefulsportsguy.wordpress.com, when this is done with the play-by-play, per usual on that side. So how unusual is it for me to be able to, in my box score under first period, write none for the Boston Bruins? I don't think I've ever seen that too many times. So AT&T Sportsnet side, so the fourth straight time on the road here for Vegas, and the fourth time in a row they've had a 2-0 lead. That's crazy good consistency.
I think he really did. I mean, he rolled his lines like he likes to. The fourth line played 2 less shifts than the top line. I think if you're a coach, you're happy with the way things went.
Jack Eichel not in the lineup tonight for Vegas. His spot in that top line being filled by Paul Cotter, who skates with Chandler, Stephenson, and Marchand.
So I just want to make a quick mention because I was trying to get all the lines in there in the immediate. I didn't see the scratch for Jack Eichel tonight. Excuse me. Paul Cotter is on his line on the first side, and he's been filling in. That's why this guy's got that first goal. He's been really, really good. So let's go to the team stats really quickly. 8 shots to 8.
And then again, keeps his feet moving, gets between the hash marks, nice depth deflection, just goes wide. So what I liked about it was you never know.
13-12 on hits for VGK,
So you make the most of it when you can.
and 10-7 on the draw
What I like about
for
it was
Vegas as well.
didn't get down in his first shift, bobbled the puck, didn't panic, and you saw it led to the goal.
That was the tactics that he showed. 4 plays.
And I don't know if it's fair to say or not, but this is just what I see up in the first period. I'm going to say Vegas, or I'm going to say Boston looked uncomfortable in that first. And something's definitely going to need to change. I can flip games if you guys would like on the ESPN Plus, as long as there's something underway. Because at the end of the first, it's a 2-1 lead for the Rangers over the Blues. The Flyers have a 2-1 lead over the Colorado Avalanche. That was a little bit of a surprising score line. Again, Joe, your Oilers will be in action tonight at 8:30 p.m. between Eastern time, I should say, between the Oilers and the Caps. It's going to be the Flames and the Coyotes at 9 p.m. Eastern. And then rounding it out will be probably a game that I'll watch a little bit as I type up some of my story, probably even the Calgary game there with my former partner in crime, Cooper Hopkins. I shouldn't say former. He's just not there tonight. But in the sense of it, we might be able to work Wednesday and a Saturday game between the Wild and the Flames, but we're definitely going to work Hockey Night in Canada between the Maple Leafs and the Flames. So the 10:30 game will be Canadians and Canucks.
It's just a good play, I think. No first shift, a lot of energy.
It's cold as balls in Edmonton, says Joe Rogan now. Minus 30 Celsius. That's minus 22 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, my God. So when you do have to go outside, let me ask you this then, man. How many layers are you wearing? I said, I think the Oilers are in trouble tonight. He says, I didn't bet on it. How many layers do you have to wear when you go outside when it's that cold? And are you just trying to get everything else done so you don't have to, is my question. I know you have to live with that kind of weather, though. But, I mean, it can get, let's say here in Michigan, we wear good jackets or die. I appreciate that honest comment. I would imagine that's how it was going to end up being. As cold as it gets over here, maybe an occasional minus 10 Fahrenheit. Again, I'm not so good with the Celsius conversion, so I appreciate that on the Fahrenheit side for myself, because we also deal with miles per hour and not kilometers, although I always see that on the bottom part of the speedometers in there. I've never traveled across the border too many times. But, yeah, imagine that. That doesn't feel very good. Let's look at our NBA scoreboard here as we go around the league. It is a 53-40 lead for the Clips. 5:18 left in the second over the Hornets. Bucks all over the Magic, as I would expect. Bucks are 16-6. They've lost a few games since I've covered their first loss against the Hawks. They're leading 41-27. Hawks and Thunder, 18-17. Hawks with the early lead in the first. Celtics and Raptors. Raptors with a 2-point lead, 14-12. Celtics are 19-5. I think still the best in the East. It's the Sixers and Rockets. 12-11 are the Sixers. Rockets are 6-17. That tips off at 8 Eastern. 8 Eastern for the Heat and Grizz. 8:30 for the Suns and Mavs. 10 o'clock game between the Pacers and the Warriors. Warriors are 11-1 at home. So 10 losses. That would mean, if I'm doing my math correctly, the Golden State Warriors, the defending champions, are 2-10 on the road. That is absolutely atrocious. Your lone NFL Monday night game are the Saints and the Bucks. That gets away under 8:15. I was incredibly surprised, as I have to do picks against the spread for a league that I've been in. And it's just picks against the spread, nothing else. No, I'm not in any fantasy football leagues or anything. I've won over the last few years, like probably 3-4 years ago, winning some decent money over the last couple now. No, because these teams, let's say if there's 15 games in a week, most people are going 13-2, and I don't know how they're doing it. So thankfully for me yesterday, the Bengals beat the Chiefs. I got that one, and I also got the Cowboys over the Colts, because when I looked at the third quarter score, and the only reason why I bring that one up, it was like a lead for the Colts. And I'm thinking, all right, are the Cowboys going to be able to do something here? Because they outscored the Cowboys 6-0. I had to lead the third. And then what ended up happening was the Cowboys scored 33 straight points in the fourth quarter. Absolutely nuts. So I have Tom Brady having to cover 3.5. It's the 5-6 Bucks in first place in the NFC South, taking on the Saints. First place here for the Bucks. So even if the Bucks fall to 5-7, and let's say the Saints go to 5-8, the Bucks will still be in first place. My God. What is my favorite NBA team this year? I think from last year, I still think it's the same way that I wanted to bet the Bucks tonight, but I didn't trust it. I still think the Boston Celtics. I know they lost to the Warriors last year. I like the combination between Tatum and Brown. I always did. I know that there's a lot of ammunition that gets thrown their way because you're expected to win, right? But you made the NBA Finals. I think it's another stepping stone. I like them. But the one situation that I worry about for them is in the same side of the East of, if they get back Chris Middleton, the Milwaukee Bucks, and Giannis continues to do what he's doing, it's going to be tough to get around the Bucks again. So I would say Bucks and Celtics in the East. And in the West, I think your guess is as good as mine. I understand the Phoenix Suns are a great regular season team, but I don't buy into the playoffs part of it. The Mavs have been awful. I guess the one thing, I won't sit and shut out the Lakers too long, but I do have to give credit to Anthony Davis over the last few games. He's playing like a freaking superstar. He's getting like 50 and 20 in some of these games, a routine 45 and like 15. So that's going to pretty much keep them level-headed. I had the Celtics last year. A random cup bet I made halfway through the season, paying 75-1. I came so close. Yes, you did. That was a hell of a story there for the Celtics last year. Pretty good call by your part. Again, I don't think there's any shame in running into the Golden State Warriors as far as getting a loss. Again, it's for the betting purposes. I can understand you being upset by it, but it's a tough team to beat.
Some may be serious and require hospitalization. It can increase your risk of infections, which can be serious and may decrease some immune responses. PML is rare, but may happen with everyone. It can lead to disability or death. An increased risk.
Apologies if I have to shovel some cereal here. Just got to get some.
At the Home Depot, we have the tools to make holiday magic, especially when it comes to getting the perfect gift. for all those project doing, technology loving, holiday hosting, tool organizing, woodshop working in your life, and gifts for everyone else in between. Only at the Home Depot, how doers get more done.
So, Joe, I know you left a couple comments. How do you feel about the Oilers this year in general, though? What's your take on it? I know the Evander Kane injury that's a big one. I don't like the people that go ahead and kind of just they say don't worry about it because you got Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl. That's a big one. I don't know how you overcome something like that.
That's how good Connor McDavid is right now. Producing 4-point games.
I mean, Stuart Skinner's been fine, but that Jack Campbell Soup signing, I know this was a few months ago when Cooper Hopkins and we worked with the trade deadline show. I'm like, man, we don't know how to feel about Jack Campbell. And on the other side for him, he's a Calgary Flames resident expert. So just like you guys in the Pacific, you have that good Battle of Alberta and some of those good ones. The Flames might not make the playoffs either with some of that stuff. And I understand there's a lot of moving parts there with, Huberdeau and let me get all my other names correctly here with Mackenzie Weegar and things like that. But that defensive personnel is strong. Jacob Markstrom's not been that strong. You got two teams in Canada that I felt like should be making the playoffs, could be easy shoe-ins that might not make it. That's a little bit concerning to me. So I want to get to your comment. He goes, that's how I end up picking my favorite teams, whoever pays me the most. That's why you're a smart man. I'll tell you that. That is the right answer to make. Whoever pays the most, no feelings allowed. You hit it the nail on the head. And I think most people, I will say this, copy that comment. Make sure you paste it in other people's comment sections when they talk about betting. Because you nailed that one. That is sage advice, my friend. So you still think the Flames are going to get there. I think it's a nap time for them, and they're going to sleepwalk and get things together. I can see that. Oilers already burning out, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm interested. We'll see how that one goes. I'd be shocked. I think I will tell you this, and I'm not saying anything disparaging in the sense of it. When we had a last year discussion about the Oilers, I think over the last maybe 4 or 5 seasons, I always liked McDavid and Draisaitl. Nobody's going to tell you otherwise other than that. But I always thought there was such a point total chasm between those guys, meaning whether you have Zach Hyman or Ryan Nugent-Hopkins or Foligno or Evander Kane's been a godsend for them since he's come over. I know he's been hurt now. But from all the other forwards, just disparaging point totals in comparison to those top two. And I just think it was too top-heavy to get it done. And I honestly thought going into last season, into the playoffs, I took the Kings to beat the Oilers in 7. If Drew Doughty was there, maybe that could have been something, but everybody's going to go ahead and turn around and say that the Oilers have to be some kind of new branded team now after 1 year of doing really well. I mean, hell, I understand it's Colorado Avalanche. It was going to be tough anyway. They played really freaking well last year. But for them to go ahead and be that team again, I think that's a lot to ask. I still think Ken Holland's got to do his job to put better pieces around there. And look, I understand from my personal side of things, Ken Holland brought the Red Wings some success, but that was before the salary cap. You had Datsuk and Zetterberg carry over from the 2008 from way before, but ever since then, they were just trying to keep the streak and everything else around. They fell apart right after that. And then you're coming on the other side. You signed Jack Campbell a long extension. You signed Brett Kulak. You signed some of these other things. Darnell Nurse got a ton of money. I like Darnell Nurse. He's a great player. But is he really a numero uno? there's some questionable calls there. So when he was when he was breaking us and emptying the cupboard and left it there for Steve Eisenman, I hope he doesn't break the Oilers, because in a couple of years, you mentioned that you think they're going to break. You got to figure out in a couple seasons what you're going to do there with Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. Yeah, we know you want to sign them, and I don't disagree with you, but are you going to be able to? That's the scary part. Connor can't go anywhere else. I mean, he's the best player in the world. So we're getting a little bit of pairs at the Brazen B. So I don't know about that. You say I know more about your home team than I do. You need to do this. You got the talent. I appreciate that, buddy. I end up doing this a few times a week. I actually got a Michigan Independent Hockey League gig with the Waterford Sharks around my hometown, about 20 minutes from the house. So I get to do that for April, called play-by-play, which is a lot of fun. So, but on the semi-pro side of that, just like it is for high school and everything else, it's really hard to get rosters and get everything scrounged together and get numbers. So that's the thing when I like to be prepared and I don't have that stuff in front of me. That's the things I got to get used to and just call the game as I see it. So I've done it enough times where I feel comfortable about the call, but I like getting play out names, calling out names, numbers, and things like that, and trying to bring a little bit more to the table. But sometimes when you don't have the info, can't do it. I put the cough drop in there, so I'll try not to clear my throat too much. I know it's annoying for you guys. So the second period is now underway. Vegas is going to be going left to right as we're back underneath there. I appreciate all the lively commentary that we've got throughout the YouTube side and the Joe Rogan side for following along with me. It's been a lot of fun. I always like to talk to everybody out there and call some good games. As Whitecloud will get this one to Nicolas. He's going to pick it up now near the right side red line. Is Boston going to try to find something here in the second period? The shots on goal were only 8-8, but Jeremy Swayman only stopped 6 out of 8. And Logan Thompson really wasn't that tested. So Connor Clifton will get this one now for Derek Forbert, former Winnipeg Jet. As this gets down the ice, another long outstretched pass gets knocked away there from Charlie Coyle. Here's an opportunity for Connor. He just walked right in and scored. 3-0 lead for the Vegas Golden Knights. They scored early in the first. They scored early in the second. They are up by 3 goals. And Boston is in real trouble now. Wow, guys, I do not know what to say. There was a chance Connor, nobody picked him up in the middle of the slot. What do you want Jeremy Swayman to do? I understand those numbers are probably around the 900 save percentage, but he's unmarked. Stone just leaves it right to Connor in the middle of the slot. He snipes and scores. Jack Eichel, who? Yes, I kid, but Paul Connor's got 2 goals on that first line. 3-0 Vegas. And they win the draw. So McNabb will get this one down off the stick of Connor as this gets picked up here by Trent Frederick. Krejci now. Boston down 3-0. And they're looking for a deflection there as this goes back to Pasta. McNabb can't get to it as Pavel Zacha will pick it up. Zacha now to Krejci as they play this around the wall, the left side red line, as this goes now to the captain, Mark Stone. Fluttered down the ice. A good setup there for Connor. He's going to pick it up off the cross pass. Another opportunity. Glove save there by Swayman. But it's still dangerous as it gets knocked to the neutral zone. Paul Cotter just ran out of room. He's looking for the trick here, which is absolutely nuts. If you would have told me that, I would have called you a liar. As this is picked up now by Alec Martinez. But he's a little offside on the blue line side. This gets stolen by Pasta. Pasta will try to recollect now near the Boston player bench, but Vegas will have none of that. As this goes to Jonathan Marchessault. Marchessault with the toe drag ahead. He tried to snipe the short side of the right bar. As this goes around to Brandon Carlo, he gets knocked down. And Boston try to go right to left with Jake DeBrusk. I mean, I could throw any single player out there right now as this play the high stick and cancel, being a neutral zone draw. I could honestly throw out any name right now for the Boston Bruins. And then you can give me a name and I'll just say silent after every word because I don't even see them on the ice right now. Vegas has scored 3+ goals in each of their last 12 road games. That is incredible. Whatever way you want to look at it between Bill Foley and again, it was a talking point for Joe Rogan and I during the intermission part of it, in the sense of, look, you can hate Vegas all you want. Some of the stuff that they did, I hate too. But you're talking about that consistency. You get that kind of production on the road like that, that makes you really unbeatable. So pays 1.8 to 1. So this channel needs more attention. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Have you seen Off the Wall Hockey has 10K subs and you know more than he does? I'll check him out. I appreciate those kind comments. They said the bet is looking good now. I should get to the Bucks to win by 4 right now. That's not a bad move. It shouldn't pay much, 1.8 to 1. I think he'd be good on both bets on that side of the job, but that's just my opinion. This one, you're looking really good. And I don't want to jinx myself or jinx you, but I'll throw it softly out there. If you're telling me right now that Vegas is up 3-0 with 17:40 in the second, and you really ask yourself, can Boston score 4 straight goals? I'm going to say no, not against Vegas. Logan Thompson's pretty good. I think he can stop that enough from happening, but we'll have to see what ends up going on. Boston's got to certainly respond. I don't expect them to get shut out. I mean, they're at a point right now, they have to score the next goal or this game's done. So shots are 10-8, and they've not taken this off the AT&T score, Chiron. I don't want to damage this television. There's an offside entry here for Charlie Coyle. Again, anyone looking for TVs, not a flex. I went ahead and finally purchased one after 14 years and replaced my 1080p Panasonic Plasma, and I went with the 48-inch LG C1 because I got that on President's Day toward the American holiday. I know prices are different in Canada. It was normally a $2,000 TV that went down to $729, and I had to snag it because that's when it's going on closeout. They go to the C2s in the next years and things like that. You got to do some work as far as getting the TV and everything else all built, but once that gets set up, man, there isn't a better one. Although I wish ESPN and everything else would stream better than 720p, and that isn't dependent on your internet. That's what they give, just like anything else. If you had NBA League Pass or Sportsnet or any of the things that you got there in Canada, it's always the lowest streaming that you can get. Can't really take advantage of the 4K stuff just yet. So picked up now for Kessel as this goes to Frederick, trying to stuff it in short side and a little extracurricular in front of Logan Thompson. A couple drags there by Frederick as they're trying to pull off the jersey. And the wraparound attempt was denied there by Logan Thompson. So this was just an opportunity here for Frederick to try to stuff this one to the left side of the post as it gets knocked away. So Caps Oilers, who wins tonight? You're in the hot seat. 720p, that's why I don't pay. See, there you go. I'm going to go ahead and say hot seat, even in particular, I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I'm going to say the Oilers win 5-4. I'm going to make you sweat a little bit on that one. Oilers are at home who barely beat the Blackhawks, and I will give you that. You are correct. So I could see the Caps being a stronger contender there. TJ Oshie is back. Caps are still trying to get healthy. I think the Oilers know they're going to win this one. They're going to take it, especially now. I will say the Oilers take it because there is going to be no Darcy Kemper. It's going to be Charlie Lindgren in goal because Kemper got hurt. So that's why I'm going with the Oilers, although I will say 5-4, so it'll make you sweat a little bit tonight. That's my guess. Just give you the honest opinions here. I could be totally wrong. I'm not the betting seer. I just like to call the play-by-play and stuff and give you some thoughts, but don't never take mine to the bank. The only thing I ever got right, I will say this. I did get this correct, but I didn't put money on it. I said Vegas would make the playoffs in their first season because I thought the team was handed to them. They did more than make the playoffs, but I don't know if I would have just won if I made a Vegas bet about them making it. I think they have to go the whole way. Not sure how that works. He said, I'm going to try Washington. I don't trust anyone in Edmonton. And I can understand that. You might feel jaded by your own team. Sometimes that's how it is for me for the Red Wings. This shot goes just wide. This gets pinballed out in front of Swayman. He's going to hold. 15-59. Shots on goal now hit 10-10. So here's the issue I've had with the AT&T Sportsnet feed. No issues as far as calling it, but they've showed shots on goal for about 4 straight minutes. Then they take it away, and now they show it immediately again. Hopefully they can get this in within 5-10 seconds. Whoever's working back there is not pressing the buttons fast enough. I'd love to have that job too. Not saying I could do it. Maybe with the cerebral palsy, it would be a little bit too fast for my hands to be able to be behind the scenes in a broadcast or actually call a live game and things like that. The semi-pro stuff was a lot of fun, and I enjoyed that part of it. But call an NHL game, man, that would be a freaking dream. No doubt about it. So this gets picked up. Now Nosek will get this one down. He gets it here to Logan Thompson. His pass gets momentarily intercepted, but there is a battle now near the left side red line. Zach Whitecloud trying to get around Tomas Nosek. Now Theodore will get this down. This gets intercepted there by the Bees. Now off the backhand, we'll see if the Bruins can get to it, but Jonathan Marchessault can get a little quick escape as this goes now near the right side red line in behind the office of Swayman as Derek Forbert will get this one down. Gets canceled off there by Haig. And now Vegas will try to enter between left to right in the offensive dot. Martinez with a quick shot. That pinballs around the right side dot. And this goes down to Nick Foligno, who's going to race down an open left wing. He's going to pass this a little bit ahead to himself. And this gets picked up by Keegan Kolesar. But now before he gets hit by Foligno, it's a turnover here. Set up by the Bruins in the high slot. Pass there from Coyle. Now for Hampus Lindholm. Faking the slap shot was Clifton, but too much traffic in front as he let it go. As Hampus Lindholm comes all the way back in his own end. And now this goes back. Cross-ice pass from the D-to-D attempt. Goes a little bit wide there for Lindholm. And now Vegas can find it. As this one goes down the ice. Kolesar will get this one down without an icing. And Swayman will give this one to Hampus Lindholm. Nice entry through the embracing B. Here's Hall looking for the toe drag. He got knocked down. And Logan Thompson holding on to that left post makes the save. And now Stone comes together there. Theodore trying to help as Hampus Lindholm has a few words there for Brayden McNabb. Nothing more than words just now with a 3-0 lead. Again, no Ryan Reeves anymore for Vegas. Is he still on the New York Rangers? Because he would normally be the one throwing the fist if things got a little bit too busy. As Keegan Kolesar also had a few words. So a shot there got blocked by the Bruins on their own defenseman there, as that was a bomb for Clifton. He had all day to be able to set up. That might have actually went off of the pad of Logan Thompson. As Taylor Hall tried to do a little stick drag through a couple of Vegas Golden Knights. And then when the shot went to Logan Thompson, that's when everybody came together. But they're just exchanging a little bit of words and a little bit of holding there. Unlike the fight, I'll tell you that I saw in my contest on Saturday for the Independent Hockey League between the Sharks and the Snow. I saw a full-scale fight in a stick swing, and that is no joke. And that's in a league in between 18 and 35-year-olds around that point of it. So they are all adults, and there's some damage. Stone gets the interception there for Swayman, but he couldn't do anything with it as Brad Marchand takes a kiss toward the right side boards as he gets knocked out. He gets back up quickly, gloves it with his left hand. Now working toward the forehand, going to slap this one here for Forbert off the setup. And that goes up and on a plate. 14:04 left to go in the second period. John Under with you, commenting from the AT&T Sports feed on the ESPN Plus side. It's the Vegas Golden Knights, and now we get a shot from Marchand to Paul Cotter, and we'll see if anyone's going to mess with Brad Marchand. Cotter's just going to give him a stare down, but Marchand, he just take this with the offhand as he went right to the bench. Typical Brad Marchand things. So 14:04 left to go in this second period. Boston wins the draw. They are down 3-0. They are looking for their first goal of this game. Pass gets intercepted. It goes too wide for Coyle. Cross gets set up now off of the half break. But Boston try to get this one down low. Did Vegas. They intercept. Nice step through there by Hall. Made two moves. This pinball's off the left toe of Logan Thompson. And it goes right to Marchessault. Now here's a 2-on-2 setup. Marchessault trying to keep this alive off the backhand. Great defense there by the Bruins as Forbert helps cancel it off with Foligno. Pass is a little too far ahead for Taylor Hall. I think he was offside anyway. Breakout pass. Backhand. What a save by Swayman off Smith as he tried to deny a break, although that was pretty much a half. He had to get a quick backhand off as this goes now near David Krejci. Krejci trying to leave this here for Pastrnak as Vegas will pick it up now with Alec Martinez. Martinez off the backhand, trying to flutter it away from Pastrnak. It's intercepted by Krejci. Pastrnak in an open right wing, canceled off nicely with a diving shot blocked by Haig. Pastrnak trying to stuff it in short side, has it now on the forehand near the right dot. Trying to play this toward a right dot pass from a D-to-D face-off pass. And this goes now to Warmanov, the third line defense. I apologize with the name pronunciation as this goes now to David Pastrnak, keeping this alive to Hampus Lindholm. Now on the defensive side for Charlie McAvoy, as Boston will get the entry and a quick wrist shot there by Patrice Bergeron. First time I called his name out. 12:24. We get a stoppage in the second. Still 3-0 Vegas. Come right back.
Get the perfect holiday gifts for hockey fans on your list at NHLShop.com.
I appreciate the likes and the votes and all the interaction here tonight, truly and humbly. I know some people will tell you that. Again, it's a small channel for me. I predict it's going to end up being that. I just like bringing the play-by-play and the coverage. HopelessSportsGuy.wordpress.com is going to be my game story coverage. That's going to be on the site. Obviously, I don't pay for all the stuff for the banners to go away, but anytime I get one of these, I end up doing one of the stories as well. So that's going to fall with the coverage. And you can get the podcast, Hopeless Sports Guy, anywhere you like to listen. That just has all the stuff. Sometimes I'll occasionally do radio shows, but for most of the time these days, it's all about the game stories and all of that. So that's just a hub for everything else. When you're trying to make an online resume, again, I know I'm 35, I'm a little bit older and all that, but when you're trying to make an online resume, all that stuff is there, and it's all now housed. So wherever you get your podcasts, you can follow along on that side and leave that a like if you will. But I'm not going to beg for one. It's whatever you guys want to do. Within the 7 votes, 2 of you say no, 5 of you say yes. Will the Boston Bruins stay undefeated at TD Garden tonight? You might want to flip that one the other way. I thought this would be a serious game to do because Boston was trying to go 15-0 at TD Garden tonight. Again, they're 14-0 this season. I believe their winning streak might extend to 20 or 21. They won the last 6 before going into this new season. That's the way that it works. So 14-0 this season. I think they're 20-0 right now, 21-0 at home over their last stretch, and they're in danger of losing their first game. So face-off leader percentage, Chandler Stephenson at 636. He's on a good list there with Stastny, Claude Giroux, Luke Glendening. 71% tonight. Only Jonathan Toews has more draws and a winning percentage. So this is a good matchup here in the circle. It's Patrice Bergeron and Chandler Stephenson. And Chandler Stephenson, over every single year there for the Vegas Golden Knights, he just seems to get better and better and better, does he not? As we're still waiting for this draw right now, the Zebras are taking a long time. I've just been staring at this over the last 20 seconds, trying to keep something going. And what do you know? There you go. Chandler Stephenson wins that one, but Boston able to intercept him behind the cage with Logan Thompson. Going to wrap this around as it's a quick little look at it. And now here's a chance for Paul Cotter. As this goes down to Brayden McNabb, he just gloves this one down nicely. And Cotter with a nice little quick pass to Stone. Little give and go. Here's Cotter toward the right wing side. Tried to set back up for Cotter. They really wanted that hat trick there. There was no denying what Vegas was trying to do. Again, they probably forced that pass, although Cotter with the quick hands and the quick outlook. You know what I like is the fact that he's not only got 2 goals. Every single time, again, I've said this a couple times, but when Vegas has the stick on the puck, and in the sense they make a quick decision, they get rid of it quickly, and they allow Boston to make sure they're not getting set. And that is a fortuitous thing that you have to do, especially when Boston's sitting at 20-3 on the season. I mean, this isn't just an ordinary opponent in an ordinary game tonight. This might be an ordinary man and John out here with you on the call doing the game here for you on the YouTube side and the Twitter Spaces side. But this is a good game right now. Vegas is playing like they really want it as they lead by 3. It's going to be a hybrid icing against the Golden Knights. And we're going to do this again in the offensive zone here for the Boston Bruins. So I appreciate you guys following along tonight. Let me just give you a quick little reset as far as team stats as we're getting some highlights here. It's 14-12 shots in favor of the Bees, 18-17 on hits, and faceoffs are tied at 14. And that's where we are right now as far as your team numbers. Keegan Kolesar will get this one down. As Carrier tries to get to it, he's trying to cancel off Forbert. Good work there by Kolesar to pin his man on the boards. But Carrier's pass got picked off. It's going to be a 4-on-4 the other way. And great back check in there by Kolesar as players just upend each other. Again, that was a little bit by an accident. Big hit by Pastrnak on Whitecloud. as he separates the puck away. Slap shot incoming there for McAvoy. And this gets picked up. Pastrnak. Bruins trying to keep this alive at the blue line side. As Vegas will finally get this through the neutral zone. It was dangerous there a little bit. So Pastrnak, I haven't seen him on the score sheet just like any of these other Boston Bruins, but you got to love that physicality as this goes back now to Connor Clifton. As Boston will try to go right to left across this period. Taylor Hall keeps his stick on the ice as he collects that backhand pass, but he's been pushed all the way to the right side of the red line by Alec Martinez. He's just kind of stick dragging his way all over the place, and Haig is just making sure now that he doesn't trip Taylor Hall. As this goes D to D to Matt Grzelcyk, he's going to fire into the screen. Huge rebound. What a stop by Thompson. He's holding Snow Angel on the right sideline with the pads. And this goes back to Boston, but this goes out of the zone. Logan Thompson with a terrific save as Boston had their best opportunity. And now Whitecloud will touch. Vegas will try to just spin this around the kick plate. As this puck goes up and out of play, I think this goes off the meshing. Logan Thompson with a heroic level of save. And I think we're going to get a penalty call when we come back. I'll get it squared away. 9:49, we get a stoppage here in the second. Still 3-0 Vegas.
MS tries. MS is like riding in the heavens, but I keep pushing forward.
Does MS define me? No, it does not.
I take Ocrevus, an infusion treatment.
Let's see if there's any other penalties. Let me give you the scoreboard as we're under the break. It is a 3-3 score line between the Blues and the Rangers. So listen to these two records, guys. It's a guys and gals, I should say, 11-13 for the Blues, 11-10-5 for the Rangers. Are the Blues or the Rangers going to make the playoffs between the West and East, respectively? Give me your thoughts. And the Flyers, I know Joe was saying that Avalanche a little bit overrated. Well, I might have to give his comments some credence that the Flyers continue this 3-1 lead over Colorado. Beaten up on defense or not, you can't make any excuses. Flyers in free fall mode. Even John Tortorella knows that. That's an unacceptable scoreline.
Our Fairfax, Alaska store is closest to the North Pole, which has folks wondering, does Santa shop at Home Depot?
No comment. No comment. Really cool.
There's a lot of it.
Somebody made the naughty list.
These tiny gloves are the most popular. We don't know why.
It's elves.
Come on, Bryce.
Find everything you need to make the holidays yours, and maybe Santa.
Santa, I'm Keith.
At the Home Depot, where doers get more done.
I've never seen a big guy wear flip-flops.
As Nick Waugh to the penalty box. He gets a little hook in on Charlie Quill, the right of the screen. And before that is pressure from the Bruins, a scramble in front. Great chance for Quill. You can see the left pad get down Logan Thompson, and then 9 bodies in front. Eventually cleared. With a big save by Logan Thompson off that.
That was a terrific save by Logan Thompson. He's just snow angel and all the way across. He was sprawled out kind of like that, a little bit toward the left and the right side. He kept that puck out with the skate blade. So penalty kill. This is here for Vegas. A power play for the Boston Bruins. One aside. The first for the Bruins. Shot goes just wide of the left post. This goes off the embankment, and now as Haig will get this one down. He was actually looking for Karlsson. Karlsson was streaking all the way down for a potential break shorthanded. But now this would be a chance for Charlie McAvoy to do a little power play quarterbacking. Across the embrazen B, it's Brad Marchand. Marchand now trying to do some battling with Whitecloud as Pastrnak will get this now near the right dot. Boston just trying to get set up here. Still got a minute 20 to go in their first power play. Charlie McAvoy will just rattle this around the kick plate. Boston will keep it in. Brad Marchand barely does toward the right side, but it's still onside as Pasta goes back to McAvoy now. Pasta will collect Marchand with the 1T. It's knocked away the stick of Reilly Smith, and this gets dumped down the ice as William Karlsson will get another clear. His penalty kill's been good right now, and Boston's power play, their first of the game, again, just one on both sides, is down to 50 seconds as they finally get the zone entry near the right side. Pass down deep in there for Pastrnak as they go D to D. Pastrnak in away now near the left dot as we get a little bit of all red cam. Big slapper right in the breadbasket of Thompson as he holds. And Boston gets another offensive zone draw with 42 seconds left and their power play and 8:30 left to go in this middle frame. John out here with you. commentating from ESPN Plus on the AT&T Sportsnet feed for the Vegas side. And again, I apologize for any of the Bruins fans that are fans of Jack Edwards who just can't do it. He's a little bit more of a homer on all that side. I just want to keep everything fair and balanced on my side. And when I do have to listen to anything, I want to make sure that I'm listening to something. And that's how I leave it. Again, he's a professional, but I like to have my analysis straight down the middle a little bit and call it as I see it on both sides. If both teams are doing well, I want to comment on it. So Boston wins the draw. Forbert lets it go. That was Lindholm. Lindholm trying to collect it now. As this goes now back to Pavel Zacha. Second line power play out there right now is Hampus Lindholm. We'll get this one. This goes to David Krejci. Zacha, back pass. Lindholm now for Krejci. Lindholm in the high slot. Krejci with the bomb off the glove of Logan Thompson. This is still near the left dot. Boston trying to collect. Vegas trying to get it out, but David Krejci expertly able to kick it to his skate blade a couple of times before it finally gets sent down. So Boston Bruins power play going to go 0 for 1, just like Vegas did. Still 3-0 right now. And Zach Whitecloud will get this one as this goes now back to Haig. Haig with a little bit of flip. He was fortunate that went ahead. There's now Lecision there for Nicolas Wall. Lecision holding on to it up the forehand side. He got canceled off by Connor Clifton. Clifton will watch this one go around the embankment here to Jeremy Swayman. Couple quick outlet passes here for Boston Bruins. Attempt to go right to left and now split the middle. And this gets picked up here by Vegas momentarily as Kolsar able to get to it before Frederick did. Now Carrier will just knock this away and swipe out like a fly to get this puck away. And this goes down with Connor Clifton. Clifton off to the races now near the left side red line. And this gets taken away by Jonathan Marchessault, although he needs some help from his friends. Now on the backhand, he's still holding on to the right side blue line. He's just going to let it go. He was looking for a hopeful deflection. And what an embankment pass there by Trent Frederick to get around Marchessault. But Vegas still picks it up and clears it down. Connor Clifton gets working behind the office as he's able to skate through. And this gets dumped down now by Jake DeBrusk. DeBrusk, as he gets turned over here by McNabb. Picked up now by Vegas there momentarily as Boston trying to make something happen. But Vegas just keeps canceling them out back in their own end. 6:20 left to go in the second period. Jake DeBrusk got knocked off the puck. And now this goes for Brad Marchand. Marchand will drop this one. Frederick, quick pass. Marchand on the doorstep. It's in. Brad Marchand finally gets the Boston Bruins on the board. It was a tic-tac-toe, an almost 3-on-1 of sorts. And the Liquor makes it 3-1 as Brad Marchand scores. So he gets Boston closer. And the home winning streak here for the Boston Bruins now begins to have some life. As Brad Marchand, that was a great pass there for Bergeron. That was an absolute friggin' bullet all the way across from red line to red line, from right to left. And Brad Marchand just made it look too easy, but that was a gorgeous pass from 3 straight Selke wins in a row there for Patrice Bergeron. It puts the Bruins on the board. That's going to make Jim Montgomery happy. It's not going to make Joe Rogan happy on the YouTube side of it, but we may have a game now with 6:05 left to go in the second period. Here come the Bruins again. Taylor Hall has it now near the left side red line as Shea Theodore knocked him off the puck, but Hall still trying to keep this alive. That was a little bit of interference there by David Pastrnak. That was not called. Hampus Lindholm, here's an opportunity. Here's a chance for Vegas off the backhand for Mark Stone. And Swayman says no. Big save by Jeremy Swayman as the Vegas captain trying to get that goal right back. We go to break. 5:48 left to go in the second. It's a goal for Brad Marchand to get Boston within 2. It's now 3-1.
Grammarly helps you rewrite your sentences for clarity.
Will triple in the next year.
So you get the reaction you want. Try Grammarly today at Grammarly.com.
Our Fairbanks, Alaska store is closest to the North Pole, which has folks wondering, does Santa shop at Home Depot?
No comment. No comment. No comment.
There's a lot of it.
Somebody made the naughty list.
Hispanic gloves are the most popular. We don't know why. Gazelles. Come on, Bryce.
Find everything you need to make the holidays yours, and maybe
Stand up. I'm Pete.
At Home Depot, doers get more done.
I've never seen a big guy wear flip-flops.
This holiday, you can get more and spend less at TJ Maxx, Marshall, and Logan. With more cheer to go around and more joy for your Hello, I'm the chicken algorithm. I know that you're hungry and a Wingstop's original hot chicken sandwich is your optimal flavor. Scan me to order. Can't find it at home. It's between the couch cushions.
Well, the Bruins making a 2-goal game again. Marchessault trying to regain that 3-goal lead for Vegas. A great play off the wall as Stephenson, little chip ahead to Stone. And good job by Taylor Hawkins, forcing Stone to the backhand without taking a penalty. That's all you can see, just pressure. As he gets the stick in the hands, and Stone tries to chip a backhand past Swayman, who makes the stop.
Just the second shot for the Golden Knights over the last 12 plus minutes.
11-2 for the Bruins. Sequence of 2 breakaways. Reilly Smith had one and Stone.
So if you're looking for the Boston Bruins to kind of find their game a little bit, they're out shooting Vegas right now 11-2 over the stretch. Now here they come again. Marchand is open down near the right side as Stephenson able to get away with a little bit of something there. According to the Boston fans, it's Brad Marchand's 10th from Patrice Bergeron and Brandon Carlo. That was an incredible pass there for Patrice Bergeron to set up Marchand. And now here's a chance as Carrier tries to do a couple extra spins, a little slow at that. He doesn't have the X factors, if you will, from those garbage EA games now. It's not been good anymore. Haven't really played since like NHL 12 to 14, back in the glory days. So this gets picked up here by DeBrusk. Keegan Kolsar will cancel that off and get it down the ice as it goes down deep. It's going to be last touched off sides. And we'll get a neutral zone draw with 5:06 left to go in the middle stanza. Brad Marchand just made this a 3-1 game now as Vegas's 3 unanswered goal streak now ends. But Boston is still in trouble. They were 14-0 at TD Garden right now, the only team in the NHL to not lose a home game so far this season. And Vegas came out and punched them right in the mouth with 2 in the second and 1 early one in the first by Paul Cotter. Again, no Jack Eichel tonight. Cotter's got 2 on that first line. He's been really good. So Grizzly gets this one ahead. As now here's a chance, but Vegas will slap shot this one, get a little bit of a clear. 4:45 left to go in the middle stanza. It's Grizzly now. Grizzly will get this across the red line. Vegas will get to it first now with Alec Martinez. Finds William Karlsson. He's spending his time on the third line nowadays when he was that top assignment back in Vegas's infancy. But William Karlsson's still one of those really good players that can do a little bit of everything on defense. Marchessault will play this one here for Reilly Smith. He's just going to try to get a slap shot on him. That one went dangerously wide of Swayman. Here's Smith now as he settles it down. Smith is the only original tenured Golden Knight on this team as this gets picked up. And now dumped in through the players' bench. So 4:12 left to go in the second. Reilly Smith, you get a replay of this there. This gets tipped actually off the stick of Jonathan Marchessault, maybe even off the skate blade. He maybe tried to kick at it. If that went in, that would have been a distinct kicking motion. Again, you can't see my foot, and if I kick anything too high, I might kick my TV. I don't want to do that. So that could have been something dangerous. But Vegas, they've been good throughout this game. And Boston, again, it was 8-8 shot total after one. It's now 19-13 in favor of the Bruins. As Charlie Coyle tries to win the draw against Jonathan Marchessault, and he does. It's a center against the forward. And again, with no Jack Eichel, you kind of move that around a little bit. So Cotter, watch this one go down as this goes back to Brayden McNabb. Coyle, try to be the first to get to it as there's a couple Bruins there trying to impede that progress. McAvoy, now to Lindholm. Lindholm through the traffic looking for a Marchand tip, and that goes wide. Picked up here by Jake DeBrusk. DeBrusk gets it knocked away from him as Connor Clifton couldn't get to it. It's 2-on-3, but this is still with Vegas as Nicolas trying to make something happen. Paul Cotter took a stick to the mouth. Where's the call? That's what Vegas wants, and now they get one. I mean, the referee was right there, hit him right in the chiclets, and hopefully he's not spitting any, just like the podcast. 3:34 left to go in the second. And this is going to be Vegas' second power play of the contest. I appreciate you listening around, Miles J. How you doing there, buddy, on the Twitter Spaces? This is between the Vegas Golden Knights and the Boston Bruins right now. A little bit dangerous time, although there's still plenty of time with 3:34 left to go in the second for the Boston Bruins in this home win streak. On the YouTube side, we have none other than the unofficial Joe Rogan that follows me around sometime between these Vegas games, and I appreciate his comments. He's got money on the Golden Knights tonight. What say you between these two teams? Leave your comments. So Trent Frederick isn't called for tripping. A high sticking was not called, but there's a penalty nonetheless, a minor at that. And this puts Vegas on their second power play of the game as Michael Amadio tried to get this one deep in between Haig. Nicolas can't find it as this gets canceled off a couple of times to the hit. Shea Theodore is going to go back in through the Boston Bruins logo of the original 16. As this gets picked up now by Nicolas Theodore has his bounce off between his skates, and this goes back to the netminder of Logan Thompson. 27.5 is the power play road numbers, 8th in the NHL for the Golden Knights. Nice stick drag ahead there by Shea Theodore. Here he comes across the Boston Bruins logo, left to right. He's going to dump this one in safely. McAvoy gets it down for Tomas Nosek as the Bruins are on the kill for the second time this game. Charlie Coyle will get a piece of it. Nosek trying to collect. Coyle still with a couple active stick drags as this goes down to Jonathan Marchessault. Bruins just trying to do what they need to do right now, just kill time as they stay on side. Marchessault will see if he can be the first to get to it as this goes now between Kessel. He tried to find Marchessault. That was a dangerous pass. No need for one. As Tomas Nosek will check back up across the red line. 2:05 left to go in the second period. Martinez has it now as we've had 2 minutes left to go in the second. It's a 3-1 lead for the Golden Knights. Alec Martinez with a couple of stick drags. But this gets intercepted by Carlo. Pavel Zacha lost it. And now Vegas has an opportunity to set in the high slide. Step through shot. Big save by Swayman. Rebound. He's down. And he makes the save. So the first real opportunity for Vegas on their second power play. Swayman had to be on his P's and Q's as Marchessault was right there, but Swayman stopped it. So still 3-1. Vegas got 15 seconds left to go in their second power play. Marchessault almost able to toe drag his way through the middle of the slot. DeBrusk was there, Forbert was there, Zacha was there, all trying to shovel that puck in close there to Jeremy Swayman so he could swallow it up and make the save and get the stop. But it's a defensive zone draw here for the Boston Bruins, and they need to win this one right now. It's Patrice Bergeron going to take it. Bergeron actually lost it as he lost it to Nicolas. That's a surprise. And now this goes back Shea Theodore. Shea Theodore into the screen. That one goes just wide. Picked up by Keegan Kolesar. Nicolas got knocked down in his heavily padded wallet as a Bruin and a Golden Knight are slow to get up. Pavel Zacha try to drop this one for Frederick. He's going to collect. He's going to set up a cross pass here for Lindholm. Fires it wide. Looking for a rebound opportunity. Here's Lindholm. One-timer went stopped by Thompson. It slows to the right dot. And he finally swallows it up. That was an inauspicious opportunity there for Boston. A couple whacks at it from a bounce that probably never should have happened off the lively inboards here at TDE. And Trent Frederick tried to make it 3-2. McAvoy had his big go wide. Lindholm, McAvoy picks it up, sets it up for Patrice Bergeron. And that got blocked. And then the second and third opportunity fell right to Thompson. He made the save. So when both goalies have been tested with some big opportunities, they've made the saves. Buck 19 left to go in this second period. Krejci tries to win the draw. He does. This goes back D to D. McAvoy flubs it, though. And it goes down the ice where Vegas can clear it to safety. McAvoy will collect. Skates around Keegan Kolesar now. Krejci gets through center ice. He got knocked away from the puck, and it's going to be an offside entry. Good defense there by Vegas. They're trying to run that trap, and they did so successfully there. As we've got a minute left. It says Ryan the Hockey Guy. Again, it's not the Hockey Guy on the YouTube side. This is the Twitter side for Vegas. His goodness gracious, Logan Thompson, some huge saves. I would agree. That was a correct assessment right there. It's been a good work there for Logan Thompson and even better work there for Paul Cotter for 2 goals here for Vegas to give him a 3-1 lead. Brad Marchand's got the latest goal of the game as the neutral zone faceoff is won there by Vegas. Maybe one last opportunity for them to go left to right as Matt Grizzly tries to get to it first. He gets canceled off the puck with a cross check. Picked up now by Brad Marchand. Expertly played across the open wing. Drop there for Connor Clifton. Clifton will try to collect it with the help of Stephenson. Stephenson trying to impede that process. And Thompson, slap shot, gets saved off the stick. Knocked in on a plate. 37 seconds left to go in the second period. This has been a good contest, and this has also been a good push here for Boston. Again, I understand when you're looking both sides, and when we pull up my official box score here on the ESPN side, it's still even as far as a 2-goal lead, or I should say it was 3 for Vegas and now it is 2. But in the sense of it was the same lead going into the first where it was still 2. It's 1-1 on the side of it, but Boston was being outshot 8-8, and now it's 21-14. So they've made their press, but Logan Thompson's been good. And Pastrnak scores to the 5-hole. So just as I say that, and just as I feel like he could be going into the second period with a 2-goal lead, Pasta gets the snipe 5-hole. And I don't even know how there was space. I need to take another look at it. So play through the neutral zone, picked up by Lindholm, cleared down the ice per usual. Pastrnak from Bergeron with the sauce. He drops it right to Pastrnak quickly. So Bergeron collects, quick little snipe toward the short side of the left. And if you want a specific example, and I think Bergeron probably screened Logan Thompson too. I don't think there's any chance he was going to save that. But Pastrnak gets rid of it near the left dot. He got rid of it quickly, and he got rid of it really accurately, and it's a 3-2 game now. So that's exactly what Vegas did not want. 10 seconds left in this second period. It's a goal for Marchand and Pastrnak that gets the Bruins within 1. Vegas will go to the dressing room with a 3-2 lead, but it should have been 3-1. And Boston's made their press. This is going to be an interesting third period when we come back. I appreciate you following along, Sean. We just hit the intermission break. It's a 3-2 lead for Vegas. Boston has just scored 2 straight, courtesy of Brad Marchand and David Pastrnak. Boston is going to be going for 15 straight wins at home. They have 15 straight this season, a little over 20 if you're extenuating it back to last season. It was in danger. All of a sudden, now it's not. I got some people in my YouTube comment section that are have money on Vegas right now. I think they're sweating a little bit now after the goals from Marchand and Pastrnak. I'm going to get this one typed in, and then I'll take everybody around the league.
You get to decide who we are. What not think the people. I wish I could help every guy in the world. Listen now, I am in. When you're through with powering through, it's time for therapy. Hot liquid medicine. Powerful relief, so you can restore and recover. Therapy. Hot beats cold.
At the Home Depot, we have the tools to make holiday magic, especially when it comes to getting the perfect gift. For all those project doing, technology loving, holiday hosting, tool organizing, woodshop working people in your life, and gifts for everyone else in between. Only at the Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Nice work. I've heard you scream like that before. What? That's not a big deal. I'm scared to understood that.
I know it's not a big deal because I didn't scream.
Oh, I see. You didn't scream. No.
So that's why it's not a big deal.
Do you play that?
Do
What Really Happened Replay is brought to you by Progressive. One thing no one would challenge, protecting your home and auto with Progressive.
Sorry, you had to get that.
So that's just the Klarna payment being super protected. He stays close by when you shop, giving you buyer protection on every purchase, so you can shop safely at any store. It's a very serious job.
Welcome to Subway's biggest request yet. Get up to 12 new subs for that all-new Subway series menu. This is exciting, Tony.
All right, so I got all those typed in here. So it was Paul Cotter in the second period. It was second in the game from Marchessault and Shea Theodore. He was allowed to pretty much go right down the middle of the lane and score. He was right in the middle of the high slot. At the 51-second marker, gave Vegas a 3-0 lead. But it was all Boston after that. 13:46, Brad Marchand from Patrice, Bergeron, and Brayden Carlo. It was a pass from the left and right red lines and behind the office of Logan Thompson. A quick little pass there for Bergeron. Just an absolute bullet in through traffic. Found Marchand right on the doorstep. I think it might have bounced either off the shoulder or the stick as well, but it was off the stick quickly. Marchand made it 3-1. And then the goal just before the end of the second period, just before Sean came in here on the Twitter Spaces side, it was David Pastrnak, 1935, his 17th of the season, from Charlie McAvoy, his 11th dime. He's coming back from injury over the last month. And Hampus Lindholm with his 15th. Again, Hampus Lindholm, the big note, as Boston made it 3-2, plus 21 on defense. So when he's out on the ice, things don't happen for the other team. But this is becoming a game that's gotten a little too close for comfort here for Vegas as Boston's making their push. Boston is 20-3 on the season. Vegas 18-7-1. Vegas lost 3 of the last 5. Boston's won 3 straight, and they've done so against good competition at home in between Carolina, Tampa, and Colorado. Some of the better teams that you can beat. Trying to go a perfect 15-0 at home. So let's go around the league really quickly as we get everything else typed in again. Full coverage you're going to follow at hopelesssportsguide.wordpress.com. So I'm going to go ahead and make this mark, and then we will take you around the league. So after the shots were 8-8 after the first, it is 23-14 Boston. The hits are 28-21 Boston. Let me just go ahead and make this marker. So this has really kind of moved the other way as Boston's really kind of put the hammer down in that second period to get back in this. And the face-off side has also gone Boston's way. So everything that was in Vegas' side has flip-flopped, although the score line still remains 3-2 Vegas. 21-20 now for face-offs for the Bees.
Some people are starting to kind of take Jim Rutherford's task out there for how long this has gone on.
So now let me give you the score and look around the league.
The team isn't responding, so
it's a 4-3 lead after 2 periods of play for the Boston Bruins, New York Rangers. Again, Bruins 11-3-0. New York 11-10-5. A lot of people pick New York to make the Stanley Cup Finals. Is either one of these teams going to make the playoffs through a quarter way of the season? That's the question now. Capitals and Oilers, I know that's why the unofficial Joe Rogan on the YouTube side is no longer there because he's got to keep abreast of his own team, and I imagine that. It's the Oilers and Caps tied at nothing with 12:59 in the first. That's just underway. The Flames and Coyotes, Cooper Hopkins team will begin underway about 10 minutes Eastern, and the late game is Canadiens Canucks at 10:30 Eastern side. Your NBA scoreboard will sound like this. It is a 99-95 lead for the LA Clippers of the Hornets. It's getting close. 8:48 in the fourth. The Bucks all over the Magic, 90-74, as you would expect with 10:42. About a half of a quarter remaining. Thunder and Hawks. Hawks have a 68-56 lead. Trying to go 14-10 in the season with 7:47 in the third. It is the Raptors beating the Grizzlies right now. Or Raptors beating the Celtics, I should say, 62-56. Celtics would fall to 19-6 if they lost. It is the 76ers beating the Rockets, 76ers trying to go to 13-11. A little bit of a slow start for them. Rockets would fall to 6-18 with the loss that they did. It's now 45-36. Heat and Grizzlies tied at 40 with 4:42 in the second. Suns and Mavs underway. 5:57 in the first. Mavs have an early 3-point lead, 14-11. And the late game is the Pacers and the Warriors at 10 p.m. Eastern. Let's get a Monday Night Football score here for you. Tampa has the lead in the ball. 13:07 in the second. It's a field goal here for Brandon Suckup. 3-0 with 13:07 to go in the second quarter. Again, my point spread was 3.5. That's what the Bucks have to cover. That's what they have right now.
MS tries to stop me. MS is like riding into headwinds, but I keep pushing forward.
Does MS define me? No, it does not.
I take Logan and infection treatment that's 2 times a year.
A prescription for adults with relapsing or primary progressive forms of multiple sclerosis, Ocrevus is proven effective in reducing relapses in RMS and slowing disability progression and reducing brain lesions in RMS and PPMS.
Don't take Ocrevus if you've had a life-threatening allergic reaction to it or have Hep B. Tell your doctor about vaccinations or if you've had colitis or Hep B.
I got about 6 minutes at least before we get into our game. So I'm going to flip over to the Avalanche and the Flyers. I'm not going to call play-by-play because I'm going to save my voice. I got to spend time with the missus tomorrow. So we'll get that squared away. I won't be able to do the Red Wings and the Lightning game tomorrow, but that probably means I'm going to change my Thursday schedule. Instead of doing a basketball game, I might do Red Wings Panthers on Thursday instead. Your parlay is still in play. That's good for that. Sean, what do you got there?
But for all intents and purposes, saved a lot of damage. And that's he's got some skill on that phase too. Boy, some hard rubber. Golly. It ramped up. You're right. Provorov put his blade down, and that pump went right up the shaft and into the cheek. You're right about that. Our blade is now over for the Avs. And the Angel is out of the box. So the Avs now are.
I will be right back.
1 for 4 on the night. On wrist shot, walked away by a Hart. Broke up the boards to the blue line, kept alive by James, but it's plopped right into the glove of Carter Hart. Anytime you see a player get hit in the face, it's scary. Now it's still being intended to by Matt Sorgalowski.
I believe Ryan O'Reilly and Matt Martin are the only 2 left without a visor. Jamie Ben's another guy. Now watch the visor. I'll just watch the visor on the left eye. You see that? That is clear. Off that visor, it looked to be going right at his eye, and then the visor would come down and cuts his cheek almost like road rash. Boom. Visor 1, puck nothing on that.
Here's EJ. Here's blue, deflected wide. The kill. Off the hatches and reverses. Sealer brings that one ahead. Is locking on a stick up. Trying to hunt Volleyball man in the neutral zone. That was Sealer to Sedlak. Not allowed Park in with any kind of attack mode. Out it comes for Rantanen. Not around Sedlak. Rico had it swiped free. Tried to shield with his body, but the Flyers just collapsed upon him. And it's not hard to gravitate towards 96 when he's getting into the zone. He's still very dangerous. Penalty coming up again on Philly. The lane calls it sit ahead for Girard. Works his way in now for Cogliano. Extra tacklers on the ice for the Avs. Give it to Kale. Tried to dump it down deep, and that was onto the stick of Frost. But there is your whistle. The Avs will go right back on the power play as Farabee will sit for the second time tonight.
Number 86, well, Farabee had himself taking a penalty in the offensive zone as the Avs have done here tonight. Pretty easy call.
So Joel Farabee, we're going to go back to our game when intermission comes back in a couple of minutes. He just got called for trip and kill Makar. And Philadelphia has a 2-goal lead right now, 3-1, as John Tortorella can do nothing but look on. Colorado's already got 4 power plays in this game. They've already scored on 1, and you're living dangerously if you're trying to put Colorado with the extra man here. Alexander Gergiev has given up 3.
On the other side, he's off. Then he's hitting that face up top over the far side, and the Flyers are able to clear it out. Good boy.
The Avs are making a few miscues on that first power play. It's so well oiled, but with McKinnon not out there tonight, they're really lost without him.
Here is Theodore. Slams that puck in. Set up out with straight. 45 seconds in, the Avs have yet to get established in the offensive zone.
And Lekkinen there 2 minutes ago in Boston, he's also a fixture on that first power play, and he's not out here tonight. He'll go past his spot.
So apologies, I had to get a little bit of cereal. Everything all squared away for a type of art story and get all my stuff done for the night, and then I will be eating dinner. Pretty much just time to get up, work out, take a shower, get everything else all set again, then broadcast today, and then get the stuff typed up, and then go eat dinner after this. Pretty much it. I will be back on Wednesday. It's either going to be an assignment with Cooper Hopkins in between the Minnesota Wild and the Calgary Flames, or I'll be right back with the Boston side because Boston and Colorado are going to play on Wednesday. I think I'm going to have to be all over that one. Although Colorado, again, if they do lose to the Philadelphia Flyers, then they're going to want to get that taste out of their mouth quickly.
They are working hard, the Philadelphia Flyers. They're desperate to win, too.
All right, we're going to flip back over to our game. I don't want to miss anything here. So Colorado's power play looks like it's going to end. And then when I do actually finish this game, if it goes to third overtime shootout or whatever, I will flip over on that side for myself to see what Cooper's team's doing because they're playing Arizona. They got to get that win tonight. Right now, they are out of the playoff line. So I appreciate anyone that's been following along on the YouTube side and the Twitter Spaces side. We're going to get underway here pretty shortly. I appreciate the likes and all that stuff in there too. I know one of you guys have really stayed in there all the way through. And now this question has kind of changed a little bit. There are 9 votes. I said, will the Bruins stay undefeated at TD Garden here tonight? 56% of you say yes. 44% of you say no. And Boston has done a lot to kind of change that narrative. They were down by as much as 3-0 to begin this second period. And now all of a sudden, it's only a 1-goal deficit. So they're right there.
Anti-aging foundation and the triple action concealer to conceal, depuff, and care. And try Simply Ageless Lash Plumping Mascara. Simply Ageless from CoverGirl.
That is hard. Next Tuesday on ESPN.
Jimmy's dream is to be canceled. We are not going to stop chasing the dream.
I just saw an ESPN commercial before we're in our game. They have Alec Ovechkin. Next Tuesday, they're going to have a game on just regular ESPN between the Blackhawks and the Caps. I know it's not a huge window service game as far as what you want to watch on, but Alec Ovechkin trying to get to 800 on that side of it. That's what they're showing. Chase for 800. So for anyone else still on the YouTube side, let me know who you got in this third period. Do you think Vegas is going to hold on, or do you think Boston going to go ahead and take this one?
Chevrolet. Back inside the Garden. And the Golden Knights have a 3-2 lead on the Bruins except for the third period. Golden Knights led 3-zip. Now it's 3-2. Big 20 minutes upcoming. Logan Thompson has been the busy of the two goaltenders tonight.
Well, he certainly has, and they're going to need him here in this third period at some point. I thought he did a real good job making key saves.
Getting very close to the third period here. We'll stick around for this good contest. It's now 3-2 for Vegas. It was 3-0.
There's a great save on Coyle with bodies in front. Huge save off Bergeron. Another slot chance for the Bruins. And that last one would be just a great shot from Pastrnak. You got to give credit to the shooters sometimes. Certainly can on that one.
Take a look at our stats. Through 2.
So your shots were 8-8 after 1. It's now 23-14 in favor of the Bruins. They've out hit and they've out face off Vegas now, although they're still trailing by 1.
I'll take a look at our drive to the finish, brought to you by Subaru of Las Vegas and Golden Knights.
So Boston was 14-0. So what's going to happen is we're officially getting this third period underway. Boston is 14-0 at TD Garden. Will Vegas give them their first loss tonight? That is the question. Boston has played an incredible second period to be able to get back into this. It's now 3-2. It was 3-0 to start, as it was 8-8 on shots. And now Boston has the lead on shots, 23-14, although they're still trailing by a goal. It was Paul Cotter that got the early goal in the second, as the hand is now up in the air already. So this is going to be a delayed call against the Boston Bruins, or against Vegas, I should say, is now Swayman is out of the cage because the camera cut from AT&T Sports on the Vegas side gave me a little bit of confusion. So it's a Vegas penalty to start this third, and it's an opportunity for the Bruins to get 3 straight goals, just like Vegas did. So Vegas trying to get in that diamond shape. Is it 6-on-5? It's McAvoy now in the offensive zone. Now for Grizzly. This goes back to Lindholm. Now a chance for McAvoy. And that one goes just wide. And now the Golden Knights will finally touch with Zach Whitecloud. They're going to the box. And Boston has a big-time opportunity here to tie this game early. 18:55 left to go in this final frame. This could be a fatal frame. I know that's a video game reference there. But if the Boston Bruins do lose this game, this will be their first loss on home ice. They're the only team that's still undefeated. Again, their winning streak, I believe, currently is stretching from last year is at 21. So they're going for 22, but they're going for 15 straight this year. So Karlsson lost the draw. This goes back now. McAvoy going to set it up here for Marchand. Extra pass to DeBrusk with a bomb for Pasta. And that one goes just wide, but not out. Hampus Lindholm. McAvoy will keep this one in as this goes back now for McAvoy. Quick shot right in the catching glove of Logan Thompson. And Vegas will get their stoppage, but they're going to have to win a defensive zone draw as Charlie McAvoy is doing some work there. Good quick passing for Pastrnak on the other side, just for Marchand off the 1-tee. So specialty teams, 29% for the Bruins and 84% for the penalty kills. So they're good on both sides in the sense of that's what they do. I don't know what that dynamic was trying to say that it isn't good. They had the second best on both. So Boston Bruins have scored a power play goal in 9 straight games. But not so far in this contest. Maybe that's why they say it. So Marchand might be the one actually getting set on the draw. This is usually Bergeron, but we'll see what ends up going on. So it is Bergeron. They move him back out and they get situated. So Nicolas can't win it. Bergeron gets some help. And another penalty call against Vegas. This is going to be a 5-on-3 for Boston, as Zach Whitecloud is the guilty party. Bruce Cassidy cannot believe it, but this just seems like the holes need to get patched in the Titanic. I understand it's a 1-goal lead here for Vegas, but it's going to be very tenuous at this point, as Zach Whitecloud's going to join Keegan Kolesar. So I guess the only thing I can say for Vegas is that's a clear trip against Whitecloud against Bergeron. The only clear thing I can say for Vegas is it's not the heavy artillery in the box, but it doesn't matter. It's still 5-on-3. And Boston's got that 5, and they're only down a goal, and they've already really pressed you with shots. I think they're going to tie it here. And I never thought I was going to say that. They're at a 3-0 lead. Would Boston come back and score 4 goals? I said with the unofficial Joe Rogan, no, but Boston might be having something serious here. So now back into the high slot. Marchand plays it for McAvoy with the slap pass to Pastrnak. Goes back, DeBrusk. Now Pasta has it, holding. Lets it go for Marchand with a 1T, but he missed the left side of the bar. As this, thankfully for Vegas, goes all the way down the ice. The 5-on-3 is left to a minute, but it'll still be 5-on-4 time, even if Boston scores with a minute in. Bergeron going to drop this one here for Marchand, looking for Pastrnak, and the pass gets settled down. All Vegas can do right now is try to guard that front of the net. The shot finds Logan Thompson. He holds. This was a little bit of extra push there on Jake DeBrusk, but a 5-on-3 still needs to be killed here for Vegas with 51 seconds left to go in it. So this is palm sweating time right now for Vegas, and again, anyone else that has bets on that side, I think would be sweating on this side too, because this is I don't care Boston or not. You can't blow a 3-goal lead if you're Vegas. If you want to be able to continue to do the things that you're doing. That's why you lost 3 of the last 5. Fake from Marchand, McAvoy. Krejci now. Extra pass. They're really patient here. This gets set up for Taylor Hall. Now to Marchand. He whistled it wide at the right side of the bar. This goes back now to the left dot. Tracked down by Krejci. Fake the slapper McAvoy. Get from Marchand. Marchand. Extra pass to Pasta. Pasta now. Get this one to Marchand with a bomb. It got deflected by a Vegas goal stick. It didn't hit Logan Thompson. McNabb trying to get this out. He needs some help. He can't do it. Now it goes to Brad Marchand. Now to Patrice Bergeron with Taylor Hall. Now on the high slot. Krejci. One-timer. What a block by Vegas. It's still a 5-on-3 for 5 seconds. Pass goes through the goal now. Taylor Hall's got it in behind the office. He's going to go to 5-on-4. Brad Marchand, Taylor Hall, wraparound, scores! Boston Bruins tie the game at 3. 3 straight goals for the Bees, and it's a brand new ball game. It was a 5-on-4 goal. The 5-on-3 just expired, and Taylor Hall ties it at 3. What a contest that we've had between these two teams. Taylor Hall, it was kind of like the Jonathan Marchessault goal when he got 2 rebounds. Nobody able to pick it up. He got denied on the left side post. He did not get denied on the right side post when he lifted it past Thompson. Ties the game at 3. What a comeback by the Bruins. It doesn't matter that it's 14 straight wins at home or a 20-3 record. It's still a 3-0 comeback now to make it 3-3. And that is something you just have to think about and say, wow, how many teams in the NHL can actually do this? Yes, it is the year of the comeback, but Vegas is supposed to be a whole nother paramount of what you're going to go through. They've been a strong team all year, and now they've conceded 3 straight goals. What's going to happen with the Golden Knights? Let's find out together here as Boston will collect. They're going to go left to right across your radio dial. They got a 5-on-3. They scored on the 5-on-4. We're back to even strength now. This gets dumped down the ice. Hybridization is going to be called against the Bees as Haig will get it and collect. 29 shots to 14 now. Again, from the first, it was 8-8. So Boston has been all over the Vegas Golden Knights right now, and they've tied this game up, and they've knotted it square at 3. My goodness, folks. I didn't expect this contest to be this good, considering over that last half hour how things have steadily changed. Stephenson wins the draw, trying to set it up high. Haig's going to have to go back and recollect now for Shea Theodore. Big rebound given up by Swayman, but now this goes to Charlie Coyle. Expertly flipped ahead, but down the ice where Vegas can go ahead and get it. Frederick gets a steal there momentarily, as this is trapped in between the Bees logo. Picked up now by the captain, Marchessault, trying to find Theodore, going for the short side, but it goes off the stick of Swayman. And now this is with Vegas. Theodore holds, waits for the cross pass, Stone flubs on it. Good defense there by Boston. but good cancel off there by Chandler Stephenson. Stephenson trying to get around Foligno. And I think a penalty might be going up against Tomas Nosek, former Golden Knight in Red Wings. So, yes, it is. Vegas really needs this right now. They're 0 for 2 on their power play, and Boston would have been 0 for 3. Now they're 1 for 3. And Tomas Nosek going to the box for interference. So 3-3 is your scoreline of Vegas getting the third power play of the game. You got a hook and hold on Chandler Stephenson the whole way through. He didn't even buy him dinner first. And I know that was a bad joke, but that was a lot of holding there for Nosek, and that had to be called because, again, the ref's right there. So Vegas, after conceding 3 straight, Tomas Nosek for Boston goes to the box for holding at the 15:42 mark. It's a 1-goal game, a 1-shot game here. Puck dropped unfairly. We'll do it again. Phil Kessel won't like that because he had a shot in the middle of the slot. Vegas 0 for 2 on the power play with just 1 shot. So Boston Bruins penalty kills sitting at above the 84% marker, second best in the league. They've shown that, and they've also shown why they can come back and why they're 20-3 on the season. Yes, I said 20-3, but that's still only 1 point less than the best record in the league that belongs to the Jersey Devils. Puck possession now. Held in by Stone as this goes now to Phil Kessel. Picked up now by Reilly Smith. William Karlsson gets knocked down. Goes back to Smith. Smith now has it near the left side dot along the wall. Try to get settled down by Theodore. And that was a chance for Kessel as that one got bounced back off of Swayman. Now, Theodore going to let it go, and Swayman finds it through the screen. Karlsson being held a little bit. And all there really has been is a little bit of holding and a little bit of pleasantries. Not a lot of fighting, not a lot of pushing and shoving. But Vegas really needs this goal. Again, they've conceded 3 straight, and this is their third power play. So I really don't know how else to say it. If you don't score this one, it's going to be a danger territory here for Boston. Maybe they'll score 4 straight and keep this home streak alive. John Under with you watching the AT&T Sportsnet feed on ESPN+. It's the Vegas Golden Knights and the Boston Bruins. Glad you can join me here between Twitter Spaces and the YouTube side. Stephenson lost it to Coyle. It's one of the rare losses for Chandler Stephenson. He's about a 75% on the draw. This goes down the ice to Logan Thompson. Theodore will collect. 1:20 left to go in the Vegas power play. Picked up now by Stone, trying to get around McAvoy. In the high slot, here's Theodore. Trying to settle this down here for Reilly Smith. Smith got it now off the forehand side. Going to drop it back to his defense. As Marchessault. That went a little too far. Marchessault got to get back on his horse. But Boston going to go ahead and take their change anyways. The power play's half over now for Vegas. 14:35 left to go in this third period. It's a 3-3 game. Smith. His got canceled off by Swayman with the left side pad. It was a 3-0 lead for Vegas. Now it's 3-3. Theodore gets past him. Goes down the ice back to the large goal stick of Logan Thompson. Safely plays this here to Theodore. We'll see if he'll power play quarterback this thing. Gets around Trent Frederick. Now on the embracing B. And now he's got the space. Gets it dumped around. Stone will watch it go by. Marchessault. This gets held in by Karlsson. Now with the help of Marchessault. Marchessault makes the pass across. Theodore to the screen. Stick to side there by Swayman. Near the left side red line and dumped down the ice as the ref also had to duck out of the way. 13:50 left to go now in this third. Power play is down to 10 seconds. It certainly seems like Vegas is going to go 0 for 3. That was a bad giveaway there by Morinov, but thankfully Karlsson was right there to save their bacon. My goodness, that could have been 4-3 in an instant. Cross pass, Alec Martinez. That got blocked by one of the Golden Knights and Karlsson as Boston returns to full strength. They're 0 for 3 on 3 for 3 on the kill, I should say. Vegas 0 for 3 on the power play. So 13:20 left. 3-3 game. 29 shots on goal to 19 in favor of the Bees. As this one goes down, hit away from the puck there was Stephenson as this gets played by the goal stick of Swayman. This goes up in the players' bench. We'll get a stoppage. And we may also get immediate timeout. Yes, we do. 13-14 and a tie game at 3. 3 unanswered goals by the Boston Bruins, trying to keep that home streak alive. I know, remember about an hour ago when I said maybe you want to flip that score line between the yes and the no. I think the yes might look good for the 6-4 vote, 6 for yes, 4 for no, in terms of whether Boston's going to stay undefeated tonight at home. You look pretty smart with the 3 unanswered goals, does everybody? I didn't expect it.
Make this December one to remember. Together. Happy holidays from Lexus.
Roll ahead for the Golden Knights, brought to you by Ford Country. Head back to Vegas after this one and open up a 3-game homestand. Wednesday's game will be on TNT against the Rangers, then the Flyers, and the Bruins again at the Fortress coming up on Sunday to wrap up the 3-game homestand.
Yeah, it doesn't get any easier every second day right up until the Christmas break. So fans already in the spirit. Well, this one tied at 13-14 remaining. And the Golden Knights trying to get pushed. They had a real good shift for that power play.
Well, the Bruins in the third period this year have now outscored their opponents 37-13. All the time goal power play.
All right, let's get back into it here.
Tilt the ice back.
It's going to be a defensive zone draw win by the Boston Bruins. All of a sudden now it's a 3-goal game. Boston going to try to go left, right across the timeline now. David Krejci with the cross pass here for Bergeron as he got worked. That was Derek Forbert that also got knocked off the puck as well. Krejci plays this around to Taylor Hall. He's the latest goal scorer on the power play just as the 5-on-3 was going to be expiring. Hall trying to keep this alive, and this gets taken away with the stick lift as Haig lost it. Hall will get to it. Kolsar also finds it, and now this finally gets cleared down the ice where this goes in the offensive zone of Vegas and William Carrier. Nicolas Wall trying to get to it now by Taylor Hall. Has this on an open wing. It's a 4-on-2. Hall's just going to let it go. Huge rebound for Krejci, but that just got sticked away there by Vegas. And now here's a chance for Carrier. He's going to take his change. His clearing attempt went a little high, so I think he's going to be able to get back into the bench there. We're going to have a neutral zone draw. 12:21 left to go in the third. John, are you with you watching the AT&T Sportsnet feed? This is ESPN Plus watching the Vegas side because, again, for Jack Edwards on the Boston Bruins side, again, I'm no professional, but I want to try to keep everything straight-laced as far as what I want to give to you guys, and that's just too much for me to bear. That's like bleeding chalkboard scratching. So 30 hits to 24 now as this goes down the ice, and we're going to get another neutral zone draw as this gets cleared above to where the fans are at. So third period goal differential season leaders. How about this? Boston's a plus 24. So not only have they done damage in the second period where they got 2, they got another one here in the third. Dallas at plus 16, New York Islanders 14, New Jersey plus 13. So Boston far and away lapping everybody in goal differential in the third. So when it's time to close, the Bees can certainly do that. 12:11 left to go in this third. Jonathan Marchessault looking on the off-wing side as this was a draw loss there by William Karlsson, but it's a chance for the Bruins to actually just play back, and they didn't actually press forward to try to get it. This goes in the offensive zone now for McNabb into the high screen and bounce off the blocker of Swayman. Collected now by Karlsson, tapped out of the air a couple of times. And now Boston is trying to get this out near the left side dot. Nicolas Wall will cancel off one of the Bees off the puck as this is picked up now by Karlsson. He got sandwiched there by Bergeron. Try to get collected into the neutral zone, but it is busy. Nicolas Haig will get this one down the ice as this goes now back to Hampus Lindholm. Hampus Lindholm going to leave it now for Forbert on the defensive side as Jim Montgomery's lines get a little mixed here for Boston. Bruce Cassidy, the former coach for the Bruins, on the other side now for Vegas because, again, as soon as he was let go last year, it was not even a week later that Vegas went and picked him up. They want to get back into the playoffs after missing for the first time in their 5-year existence as this gets iced. It's going to be an offensive zone draw here for Vegas as we get a commercial half and half. So Taylor Hall with his 9th on the season, 3:08 marker of the third on the power play from Brad Marchand, his 13th assist already. And again, it's only been about a month since Brad Marchand came back and Charlie Coyle. So their point totals are already astronomical considering how many games they've played. So Charlie Coyle trying to win a defensive zone draw here for the Bruins against Chandler Stephenson. Again, Stephenson about 75%, which is the best in the league. That is unheard of. About 3 or 4 each time. So Charlie Coyle gets the entry near the right side dock and a fake and drag. 5-hole. And Logan Thompson didn't know where it was. He was scared that might have bled through or might have crossed the blue paint. But he does hold on to it. That did not look very competent. But with 11:06 in the third, we get another stoppage. As Charlie Coyle, again, he's just trying to shoot this 5-hole, make Logan Thompson move. And he almost made something out of nothing there. So good stick handle and drag. Able to buy some time to get around Theodore. But Logan Thompson, he did make the save, but it was lost in between his skate blades. And that looks scary, especially if you're a Golden Knights fan. So Boston, 20-3 on the season right now. Vegas, 18-7-1. Vegas is first in the Pacific and the West. Boston is first in the Atlantic in the East. Although they're not first in the NHL, the New Jersey Devils actually have one more point than they do, if you can believe it or not, for as hot as New Jersey has been. But if Boston wins this one, they'll go back to first in the NHL tonight. And it's been a hell of a comeback there because it's 3 straight goals anyway. So this goes back now to the Boston defense. They'll get this squared away. Marchand, Pastrnak, center pass there for Krejci. And he just couldn't get a complete stick handle on his Logan Thompson. Was able to fight it off at the last moment. Deflected. Marchand in behind the office now. As Boston has all sorts of pressure. Pasta will pick this up as this goes back to Connor Clifton. And his pass gets stick lifted there by Reilly Smith as he's going to quickly go to the bench. Nicolas will get this now here for Vegas. Vegas will go ahead and take some more changes as William Carrier tries to dump in. He's the lone floor checker. But here comes Keegan Kolesar. He's got it near the right side red line. Now to the left. He thought about wrapping it around. As this goes to Brayden McNabb to Shea Theodore. And now Theodore's got to get back quick. Here comes Boston. Back pass for Taylor Hall. That was a good idea. He might actually get to it first. Here's Hall. Now near the right side red line here for Boston. Krejci trying to settle it down. Cross pass there for Bergeron gets blocked out in front. And now Vegas will get this one down into the neutral zone. 9:30 left to go in the third. Hampus Lindholm now will have it in the high slot. One-timer. What a stop by Logan Thompson with the right glove. What a spin move there by Reilly Smith to go ahead and buy some space. They wanted an icing. They're not going to get it. Hampus Lindholm has to touch it. Vegas gets the interception. Karlsson, toe drag, cross pass. Oh, missed the net. Vegas had an opportunity to take a 4-3 lead. And now Boston is trying to get it out of the zone. Taylor Hall. Outstretched pass does miss. Here's Karlsson trying to leave it there for Smith, and he just couldn't get a stick on it. Jonathan Marchessault trying to collect. 8:50 left to go. Marchessault leaves it back, D to D. Here's a chance for Haig. Haig holding near the left side red line, still keeping it alive. Reilly Smith trying to make life difficult for the Bees as well, trying to get around Pavel Zacha. Recollected here for Karlsson. Haig fakes the slapper, going to move this around. Haig lets it go now with some serious torque, but that goes down near the left side red line and then glove down. Haig gets rid of it. Here's Pavel Zacha now for Charlie Coyle. And Coyle will take no chances. They're tired as Boston. They're going to go ahead and get their change. Jonathan Marchessault now. Paul Cotter. Cotter worked off the puck, and now here's Swayman. Swayman. This bounces off of one of the Golden Knights, actually, but Pavel Zacha will get a chance to get to it. In around the embracing B. He's going to try to chip and chase to himself. And Vegas will try to cancel this out there. As Greer will get to it, the pass goes too far off the embankment and goes to the neutral zone now. As Brandon Carlo will just watch back on the end before he gets it now. 7:50 left to go in this third. Boston Bruins have scored 3 straight goals. It's a 3-3 game. Chandler Stephenson gets the steal. Stephenson worked off the puck, keeps it alive off the backhand. It's loose in the high slot. And that was an opportunity for Zach Whitecloud, but he just couldn't get the outstretched stick on the pass. Alec Martinez Gets us across the red line now where you can safely dump it in. Here comes Vegas off the forecheck. No traps like the EA Sports games. These guys are actually playing puck possession. Drop down for Keegan Kolesar. Kolesar will try to find it, and the Bruins will get it in their own end. 7:10 left to go in this third. The Boston Bruin 15-game home win streak is on the line right now, but they've scored 3 straight. Vegas had a 3-0 lead. This gets picked up off the backhand side. Nice spin. Carrier trying to go short side. Swayman says no with the goal stick. And now a pass gets deflected, gets knocked out of the zone. And here comes Brayden McNabb. McNabb will collect in his own end. 33 shots to 21 in favor of Boston. Falling down. It's one of the Vegas players. Taylor Hall has it. It's loose in behind the office. It's Logan Thompson. And all of a sudden now, here comes the puck possession, but a steal. A lazy pass. Marchessault off the backhand. He's getting tired. Try to just center one here to Reilly Smith. He won't collect. Reilly Smith going to buy some time. This gets blocked off of Marchessault. And now Vegas got to get back. 6:10 left to go in the third. Picked up now for Trent Frederick. Frederick has it in the offensive zone. He's going to leave it here for Krejci now near the left dot. Picked off by Stone. No tripping call the other way as the refs are right on it as this goes down to Boston. 6 minutes left to go in this third. Tied at 3. McNabb will collect, but he collided into Logan Thompson. But the puck is in the other way in the offensive end. We'll see if Logan Thompson is all right. Stone. This goes into the breadbasket of Swayman. 5:48 left to go in the third. Tied at 3. Don't go anywhere. This game has gotten really good. Orlando, thank you for the comments. You find it highly entertaining and a great game, too. I humbly appreciate that, my friend. Thank you for following along. I was hoping we might get some foot traffic here in a game that means a lot. I know it's a regular season game, but it's a 15 straight there for Boston, potentially at home. Thank you for the wonderful comments. I'm not one of these ones that go ahead and just brush those ones aside because I know it's just me on an ugly face cam, and I can't give you full YouTube actual game coverage because I'd get demonetized completely and then get shut down. So at least I can go ahead and give you this play-by-play side of it. So glad you're enjoying it. Taylor Hall was the latest goal scorer in the third. It was just on the edge of a 5-on-3 that got killed. No, 5-on-4. Taylor Hall scored at the last moment. It was his 9th of the season from Brad Marchand, his 13th dime at the 3:08 marker. Put it back to even strength. So Boston is, let me just make sure I get my math correctly here and count this up. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 on both sides. So Vegas 0 for 3 on the power play. The Boston Bruins are 1 for 3. And we could have overtime. I know in some of the early comments there from the unofficial Joe Rogan on that side of it, they get a bit boring having the same voices every week. I understand that. It's funny. I'm from Boston, so I watch all the games. You're an interesting change of pace there from the local commentators. I try not to say anything disparaging if you do like Jack Edwards, but I know there are a lot of guys in the Boston side that don't even like Jack Edwards because he's a little bit of a homer and all that stuff. I kind of just call everything as I see it and kind of just try to give you a pace of play. I've been doing this for a while, but I'm no professional. I just love to be able to bring some games and have some fun in between NHL, NBA, Major League Baseball coverage, and college affiliates. So I hope that you can enjoy that. And I try to just bring the intensity when I can and give you the facts and numbers and things that I see in front of me and be honest about it. So it's going to be an offensive zone draw win by Chandler Stephenson. Again, they mentioned about 75% as he wins another one, although he takes a shot block off the foot there from his own man and Brayden McNabb, and this one goes down the ice. So Vegas will get a chance to go ahead and pick this up in their own end as Shea Theodore has it now behind the office of Logan Thompson. We've hit the 5:25 marker of the third period. Theodore gets the clear. This goes off the stick of Swayman. Try to center this out in front of the blue paint does Vegas. And this gets corralled now by the Bees. Marchand gets it here from Coyle. Brad Marchand going to drop this here for Pasta. Pasta's going to turn around off the forehand, work his way in the high slot. He's dangerous. High shot gets deflected there by Brad Marchand, but it doesn't go off the netting. It's still live. I thought we might have had a cancellation of play there. Mark Stone, the Vegas captain, will go ahead and get his change. And now left to right come the Boston Bruins. It's Charlie McAvoy. Going to leave this here for Taylor Hall. Taylor Hall, drop pass. What a stop by Thompson. It's loose in front of Coyle. And now Hall will collect. He's got it near the right side red line. Trying to center it out in front, and that shot gets shot just wide. Bergeron, McAvoy with the bomb, and that goes wide of Thompson near the right stick. Here's a breakout pass. Jonathan Marchessault needs some help. Looking for the cross. It's William Karlsson. Karlsson in behind the offensive swingman near the right side and can't be held in by Zach Whitecloud. It's the second time he's done that in the third period when Vegas could have had some pressure. Jeremy Swayman now. Going to play this back to the defensive side in Boston. Here they come again. They've been ever dangerous in this second and third as Vegas just seems to be trying to hold on. Trent Frederick able to get a steal in between three Golden Knights. Gets a pass out to the defense. Here's Connor Clifton as they go D-to-D. Long outstretched shot. Goes just wide of the right side red line as the Boston Bruins fans are standing right now, and I don't blame them. Connor Clifton one more time. D-to-D here for Forbert as that got canceled off. And now Carrier will try to just chip it to himself and buy some time. Forbert's pass gets to the neutral zone. It got partially deflected by the Golden Knights. It's 3-on-2, although Vegas has the 3. Nosek. Clifton. That was a rebound opportunity, that pinball that went off the right pad of Thompson. And here's Paul Cotter. He's got 2 for Vegas. He goes for the short side on the left on the top of the crossbar and missed it all. Cotter lost it. Bruins have it now into the embrazen B. Picked up now as it's a 2-on-4 dump in. First to get to it was Nick Foligno. Foligno canceled off the pocket. Flutter's right in front of him, though. He's got it in behind the office of Thompson. Will stick this one ahead. Forbert. And a pass for Greer. He just didn't look down at the eyes to find the puck. And this goes to Theodore now. Theodore with a backhanded pass is going to loft it as it goes down the ice. 2:55 left to go in the third, and that's an icing against Vegas. I didn't think that they expected that. And some of the other Vegas comments that you'll get on the Twitter side, this has been a fabulous pace and an excellent game. I think a lot of you guys have already mentioned that. I'm sure I've said that about 4 or 5 times already. This has been one of the best regular season games that I've covered throughout the entire year. Who knew getting rid of Cassidy would be such a positive experience for the Bruins? Did I consider him a really good coach? I just think they needed a different voice in that locker room. And Orlando, I really can't, from everything that we've seen from a 20-3 record here for the Boston Bruins, I think Bruce Cassidy is a great coach too, but you can't argue with the result when I think a lot of us were ending up scratching our head, were we not, when it initially happened. So Cotter gets this one now through the red line side as this gets dumped down. We'll see if Boston can get to it. Vegas just trying to forecheck their life away right now. Maybe try to get this into overtime because they went from getting a sure-handed 2 points, maybe not getting anything. Pastrnak with the glove save of Logan Thompson, and that was a bullet just toward an inauspicious angle. And Thompson's still able to make the save as we're down to 2:20 left to go in the third. Karlsson has it now. He'll loft it nicely here. Marchessault and Reilly Smith will be the lone forecheckers, but this finds Hampus Lindholm and it's plus 21, although it's getting a workout. This is picked up now by Reilly Smith off the backhand, off the stick of Swayman and safely into the corner there for the Bees. And this gets intercepted now as this goes back now. Alec Martinez, Keegan Kolsar, get it down. Swayman thought about it. And this gets played around the kick plate. Vegas will have it now as they'll collect in their own end. $1:40 left to go in this third period, tied at 3. Boston with 3 straight. Taylor Hall with the last one. Theodore, and that hit off of the pad of Swayman and down the ice. $1:30 left to go in this tie game. It has been sweaty, and I feel like it right now. I did take a shower and got ready and all this stuff before this game, and I'm feeling the sweats already. Even after the workout, things like that, I'm going to work out right now calling this game. Into the high slot. It's almost got picked up by Boston a couple times, and now into the neutral zone as there's a puck battle. Couple of sticks get knocked out of the way into the players' bench. We'll see if that ends up being a problem as we get through a minute 5. There's Charlie Coyle now collecting the offensive zone. That stayed onside. Extra pass. Reilly Smith got a stick on it. Now a shot for Logan Thompson to have to look at goes to the right side of the bar. And Vegas will get this one down. Matt Grzelcyk will recollect here for the Boston Bruins. Left to right across the radio dial, they will go. Although it's 40 seconds left to go in this third period. All hands on deck right now for this home winning streak. Dragged down. was one of the Bruins. Might actually blow a tire. Riley Smith off the 3-on-3. Pass goes just wanting for William Karlsson and ends up just going back around the embankment and out to the neutral zone where Vegas can collect. William Karlsson gains the offensive zone. We'll just rattle this around the kick plate as this is picked up now by Hampus Lindholm. Hampus Lindholm got to avoid that stick. That could be a problem. William Carrier comes together. Brad Marchand will get this down. And did he unintentionally ice this? No, he did not. 5 seconds left to go. We're going to go to overtime, tied at 3-on-3 with 3-on-3 on the ice. This is all for the streak right now. I appreciate everyone else following along. It's been a good one, but it's not over yet. Stay tuned. Man, blood's pumping a little bit right now. No, you are not late, Maripol. You are right on time. It's extra hockey. It is 3-on-3. I'm glad you could join me here for this one. Boston Bruins are trying to be a perfect 15-0 at TD Garden right now, and you're going to catch the 3-on-3 hockey action. So if they don't score on the 3-on-3, we're going to get a shootout. But I feel between these two teams, again, I was wrong as far as Vegas maybe. Let's see if they'll blow a 3-goal lead. And now it's an overtime as it's 3-3. I didn't think it was going to happen. I'm going to say someone's going to score in overtime. Anyone care to take some guesses for either team in the bottom of the chat section? I'm going to go with, again, no official things at all because I'm usually not too good at this. I'll go with the easy one with David Pastrnak for Boston, and I'll go with the hat trick hero, maybe Paul Cotter for the Vegas Golden Knights. Those will be my hero picks for whoever scores. What say you guys? Have some fun with it. You've had the best day of the school year? I'm glad you have. I will be back on Wednesday. No Tuesday assignment. I was maybe going to cover the Red Wings and the Tampa Bay Lightning. I'm going to have to spend some time with Lauren and stuff. Spend some time with the missus tomorrow. So I will be back on the Wednesday side, either with Cooper Hopkins or without. It's either going to be Boston, Colorado if it's without, or if it's with, it'll be Minnesota and the Calgary Flames with Cooper Hopkins. But Saturday we will have a call together between Toronto and Calgary.
Our overtime is presented by your Southern Nevada Toyota dealers. In a 3-3 game, the stats you shorten the bench here in the third period. Michael Amadio has not played a shift. Joe Kessel hasn't played in the second half of the third period. Decision at the CBS after the third period. Bruins in this 14 game.
So the Bruins, they were down 3-0. They're going to overtime. It's 3-3. Taylor Hall with the lone goal scored in the third. It's extra action, 3-on-3 action with a 3-3 scoreline. It could be 15 straight for Boston at home. They've at least made it to overtime, so both teams are going to get a point. But the undefeated home streak is at the line. They're going to try to get to 15 this season. I think it's at 20 right now, stretching it from last season. So Hampus Lindholm, he's the one defender out there right now. He's got the puck. It's the Boston Bruins will be going right to left in this sudden death overtime. Again, a no goal. We'll go to the shootout. So picked up now by David Pastrnak. It's Marchand, Lindholm, and Pastrnak out there right now. Is Boston's very calculated on this 3-on-3. There's a chance now. Taylor Hall picks it up. Hall off the backhand, try to find Pastrnak, but nobody home. And here comes Vegas. Although it's 1-on-2. Good stick handle ahead. Chandler Stephenson trying to buy some time. And this goes back to Pasta. Pasta with a 2-on-1 opportunity. There's a shot. What a save by Thompson with the flashy leather. That could have ended it right there. I thought maybe they were going to look for Taylor Hall as far as a cross pass there. McAvoy went for the glory. That was a good-looking shot. Although Taylor Hall was right there on his correct hand. It wasn't the offhand. He could have one-timed that one. But that was an incredible save by Thompson with the left hand and the flashy glove save. 4:05 left to go in this overtime. Tied at 3. Will we get a winner now or will we get a shootout? That's the question. Offensive zone draw here for the Boston Bruins. Vegas Golden Knights They don't want to crumble and give up 4 straight goals, but that could be what's happening right now. Picked up. Karlsson tried to get to it. Pastrnak trying to make something happen. And now Vegas will go ahead and buy some time. Reilly Smith just lets his Karlsson man go all the way through. Picked up now by Reilly Smith, and they'll go back across the B and the red line. So Vegas is going to go ahead and make a couple of changes as Reilly Smith got it now. He's got his reinforcements, and now he's actually going to be able to get to this puck first near the left side of the faceoff dot. Spinning in behind the office, he tried to drop a pass there for Nicolas. And now the way the 3-on-3 is, you got to watch out the other way. Picked up here by Boston as this gets knocked away from David Krejci. But this is still with Patrice Bergeron. Matt Grzelcyk has it now in the high slot. He's going to back away. So both teams are not wanting to get beat here with a quick pass. They are going to take their time on these measured breakouts. Great work there by Jake DeBrusk. DeBrusk powering his way to the left wing side. He got canceled off the puck with a stick lift by Nicolas. And are they calling Nicolas with a penalty? All the Boston Bruins fans are clapping, and Bruce Cassidy can't believe it. I'm going to have to take another look myself. I'm not saying it wasn't the right call, but I need to take another look at it. This is a slash going against Nicolas. And I'll finally get the replay. So Waugh's there. Yeah, he got right on the hands about 3 times. He might have got away with it the first time, but not the other 2 times as he got Jake DeBrusk. So it's going to be a 4-on-3 power play for the Boston Bruins. And this is their opportunity now to keep that home win streak going. And probably one of the best contests that we've had all year while this streak has been going on. But again, it's the last 3 wins there for Boston against Carolina, Tampa, and Colorado. So they've been beating some excellent teams at home. And you can add Vegas to that list if they get this one right now. Face-off won there by the Boston Bruins. As this is held. Going to drop pass here for Marchand near the right side. Dot lets it go to the screen. Big rebound as Marchand able to get to it back near the right side red line. Grzelcyk. He's going to let it go. That's Krejci with the bomb. And that one gets saved by Thompson as he holds. With $1:43 left to go on the 4-on-3 for the Boston Bruins in the power play. We're in overtime with 2:44 left. Sadly, he said the Blues are not doing so well. That's what Maripool says. It's a great game. Enjoying an amazing game tonight. How about you? Both of you guys, I think you guys all are enjoying this one. I'm enjoying this one too. I appreciate you guys. So this gets dropped back off the backhand as Vegas just needs to get this down the ice. This finds Jeremy Swayman. He's going to play the pass near the left side faceoff dot. Here come the Bruins again. It's Marchand near the left side dot. He's going to wrap this around the net. Pick it up now near the right side dot. Is he still with it now? Working his way in the high slot. Finally makes a pass as this goes to David Krejci. Krejci going to hold. And now this goes to David Pastrnak. Back to Krejci. Krejci's got it near the left dot. Looking for the deflection. And the fans thought they scored as everyone jumped up, but it just went wide of the right bar. Theodore has it now. And he gets this one down the ice with the help of Alec Martinez. Swayman picks it up. Going to leave it here for Brad Marchand. Marchand will get this now here for Pasta. Pasta's pass finds Marchand in the high slot. Marchand will hold instead. Going to leave it here for Krejci. Taking their time. Krejci's pass got knocked away. I thought maybe Brad Marchand could have shot that one in the high slot. He elected to pass. And now Boston have to start again. Here's Krejci. Going to leave it now here for Marchand. Off the backhand. Hampus Lindholm will now join in. Pasta with the bomb. Big save by Thompson with the goal stick. And this one goes down the ice. Swayman comes all the way back out and plays it. 18 seconds left to go on the power play here for Boston. Taylor Hall. Drop pass. Good setup. Here's a chance for Boston with Pavel Zacha. And that got denied. Lindholm in the high slot. Leaving it here for Taylor Hall. 5 seconds to go on the power play. Lindholm with a wrister. And that goes just wide of the left bar. Vegas now returns to full strength. It's 4-on-4 until we get a stoppage. Another one for Boston goes just wide as that was Krejci. And now Lindholm will collect on the emblazoned B logo. 45 seconds left to go in this overtime. Tied at 3. It was a 3-0 lead for the Golden Knights. Boston Bruins came back and scored 3 of their own. The home win streak is on the line. Looking for 15 straight is Zacha. Zacha gets knocked away as this goes to Zach Whitecloud. Whitecloud with a bad pass, a giveaway there for Grizzly. Jake DeBrusk tries to get on it, but it goes to Nicolas of Vegas. Vegas trying to work their way now through the neutral zone and gain an entry. It's 18 seconds left to go in this overtime. Nice drag ahead by Shea Theodore as the time continues to be killed. Maybe time for one more rush here for Boston. 5 seconds to work with. Flubbing up the back pass. Try to go to the forehand. Vegas will collect. We are going to a shootout. It's not over yet. Tied at 3. Terrific overtime, terrific game, but it's not done yet, folks. And for as good as this game has been, I'm glad to get a little bit more of it.
Great job at Martinez. Here's a shot. Fights that one off, and Pastrnak lets it go up top. Little play in front, save off Zacha as he gets a shot up high with Whitecloud sliding in front. We'll go to the shootout.
I see that comment from Orlando there as a Bruins fan. I don't mind seeing the Blues struggle, not over that cup loss. I don't blame you on that side of it. That's a hell of an effort there for Boston. I mean, you got to be happy with that. I understand the 20-3, but it was 3-0, like you said. Hell of a job there by the Bruins tonight, no doubt about it. We're going to get set for the shootout now, and we'll see who's going to go first. First time in the career facing 40-plus shots in consecutive games. So when you talk about over the last stretch of, Marc-Andre Fleury, Robin Leonard, and things like that, there's been some tumultuousm in behind the net when I could believe that they let the flower go from years ago, but that's water under the bridge now. Logan Thompson has been that guy, and he's been well. So Brad Marchand will be the first to go as Vegas going to elect to go second. I usually like that decision anyway. You want to get a save there first and get your way to get through and try to win this game. And I know that there's been some situations where Brad Marchand accidentally would touch the puck and overskate it, as he's still spinning around right now as the ref has not given the all clear. But Brad Marchand is going to be the first, and now the whistle's underway. Here comes Marchand. He's starting way in his own end where Swayman would be. He's going to collect. He's going to draw with some speed, and a wrist shot goes right off the stick of Thompson. No really flashy moves there for Marchand. He was just aiming for the net, and Thompson said no with the stick hand. So no extra drags. This just goes right off the stick of Thompson. So now Vegas can have a chance to draw first blood, and we'll see who this is going to be. This is Nicolas Waugh, 3 goals and 7 shots, about 43% for the shootout side. Here comes Waugh as he crosses around the Bees logo. Series of toe drags. Fakes the actual lift with the pivot foot, and he gets blocked there by Swayman. Swayman didn't bite on any of those moves. Little drag ahead that they usually do with the lift to try to get the goalie to bite, get them to react off a fake shot. And grit positioning there with the left side pad there for Swayman. He swallowed everything up. Here comes Jake DeBrusk now quickly. Off the backhand forehand, off the bar, and stays out. That one was loud. And Logan Thompson caught a break there from his best friend in the post on the left side bar. It was labeled for the middle. That would have easily went in, but Jake DeBrusk hit the bar. And now Paul Cotter, he's got a chance to be the hero. He's already scored 2. Can he score in the shootout right now to give Vegas the lead? Cotter! Oh, he shot it wide. He tried to go between his legs. It's nothing on both ways as we go to round 3 again. If it's still even after 3, we'll go to the extra time in the shootout. And what kind of game would this be if it didn't go into a little more extra time, as we already have extra time with the shootout now? Who is going to be the definitive one? It's Pasta. He's the last one to go, trying to give the Bruins the lead in the shootout. Bruins with Pasta. Near the right dot. Oh, what a move there off the backhand. But again, Logan Thompson, he just read it all. He didn't bite for it. There was a couple pivots from the forehand backhand. Pasta tried to lull him to sleep with the slow backhand toe drag, and it was turned aside. Jonathan Marchessault, 7-25. He's done this a lot. He could give Vegas the win. Marchessault. No, we're going to extra time. It was just a short stick handle and then a 5-hole shot in the middle of the slot. And extra time in the shootout upcoming. So nothing through 3 rounds of the shootout. This is for the goal stick. This is for the goal streak right now, and you need a goal stick to actually finish one of these. There's a chance for Taylor Hall. Nice backhand forehand setup, and what a stop there by Thompson. It was a series of about 6 or 7 moves. Backhand forehand, and Thompson never bought on any of them, never bid on any of them. So we'll see who's going to be the final shooter here, potentially for Vegas. It's Shea Theodore, the defenseman. Is he going to go for the bomb? Here he comes inside off the forehand, and he missed off the glove handle side of Jeremy Swayman. So that was pretty close. It was a decent move for the defenseman there. Again, just a forehand backhand, not trying to do too many moves as you would want your defenseman to do. He forced Jeremy Swayman to get an outstretch, but he made the save. And now Charlie Coyle in round 5 shoots it high. And Vegas with another opportunity. Again, this would be 15-0 for Boston. If they can win this, if Vegas scores, it's over because Vegas won second in the shootout. No goals yet, so it comes down to this. And who is up for Vegas? It's Reilly Smith, one of the original tenured Golden Knights. In the middle of the slot, scores! The Vegas Golden Knights stop the Boston Bruins win streak at home. It's now 14-0-1. Vegas picks up the extra point. They win it 4-3. What a game this was. All the way across both sides, it's Reilly Smith in the middle of the slot. No extra fancy moves. He just got Swayman to open up the 5-hole. And Vegas picks up a big 2 points. They had a 3-0 lead. They went to overtime. They went to the shootout. They'll take it. They hold on. They get the 2. As Boston falls for the first time at home, they're now 14-0-1. I appreciate you guys following along between Twitter Spaces and YouTube, where it's been active all night. And I will catch you guys on Wednesday. See you then. Talk to you soon. I appreciate you guys on that side of it. And I got to say this. I know Joe Rogan, the unofficial one, he was in the comments section on the YouTube side, and he had the bet for Vegas. And Vegas was up 3-0, and they were going to do really well. And he ended up getting it in the shootout. So hopefully there wasn't any over-unders and things that he had to cover. He had to sweat through that one a little bit, but he ended up getting his win. And that was a great job for him. So I will see you guys on Wednesday. It's either going to be Minnesota and the Calgary Flames with Cooper Hopkins, or if not, I will be on my lonesome on the side of it. It'll be Boston and Colorado. So talk to you guys then. Peace. Stick around because I'm going to do a lot of these throughout the week. This is my usual stuff that I like to do. So always have that there. Appreciate it, guys.